They call this place the Glitch Museum. Not because it's quiet, not because it's safe, but because everything inside is broken and put on display anyway. Names like Fred, Denham, Jack don't sound dangerous. They sound like the kind of guys you pass on the street without remembering their faces. That's how it always starts. Ordinary names, ordinary mistakes. And the world slips on a loose frame and reality stutters. Fred was the kind of guy who thought too much, Jack didn't think enough. Together, they were a perfect malfunction. Two halves of a bad idea colliding at the exact wrong moment. Fate didn't need to aim. It just let gravity do the work. This isn't a story about heroes. Heroes don't survive long enough to narrate. This is a museum of cracks in the code, of moments where time hesitated, of decisions that echoed louder than gunshots. Every episode is another exhibit, another flickering memory under harsh fluorescent lights. No ropes, no exits. Just the truth preserved like a crime scene that never cooled off. I'm not here to fix the glitch. I'm here to rewind it. Frame. Welcome to Poof. The Glitch Museum. Try not to blink.
Wasn't our usual happy-go-lucky theme.
The rain fell like unpaid DLC, somewhere between the microtransactions and my conscience. I knew this fight was pay to lose.
There were a few parts of that I was trying not to laugh at.
She looked at me like an anime protagonist before the power-up. Eyes full of hope, brain full of filler episodes. I didn't believe in plot armor. I believed in bullets.
Is that what it literally says?
Time slowed down. Bullet time. The only superpower I ever trusted. Not friendship, not chakra, just physics taking a smoke break.
This is all AI, isn't it?
The room was lit like a boss arena. Red barrels everywhere. I knew the developers wanted me to feel clever. I felt tired instead.
How many of these do you have?
He talked about grinding XP like it meant something. I'd been grinding my teeth since 2001. Different kind of leveling system. She said, it's just like Dark Souls. I died enough times to know life doesn't respawn you with full Estus.
These are getting worse.
The katana on his back was pure cosplay. The grit in his eyes was real. Only one of those cut deep.
You need to get Haven off the crack pipe.
Shut up. Don't you talk about my Haven like that. Haven is an intelligent
Jack.
Haven is an intelligent homo enabler, okay? We love Haven. Haven made the Glitch Museum. Don't touch anything.
Don't touch anything.
Don't touch anything. Like, yeah.
Don't touch it.
No. Anyway, okay, so hey everyone, welcome to the Glitch Museum. Don't touch anything. with Fred
Touch it.
and
We are
Jack.
talking about,
I'm Jack, and
I thought I was Jack.
no, I'm Jack. Okay,
You're not Fred?
no, you're Fred.
What's wrong with being Fred?
The homosexuality, mostly.
Yeah, he is a bit of fag.
You are him. That's you.
Nah.
What's wrong with being Fred? I mean, I don't know. Fucking, knowing that I only have a week to live kind of sucks.
I mean, yeah, but
You're supposed to be like, what? What do you mean by? What are you talking about? A week to live.
I told you about this yesterday. I'm dying.
Can I tell you
Dying
about?
of ligma.
Okay, we're gonna talk about Max Payne. We're gonna talk about Max Payne. Oh yeah, how's the? I can't remember. Okay.
Three
We're gonna
games in the
talk.
series. Ended at the perfect time. James
Yeah.
McCaffrey's dead. Don't make another.
Hooray! We're gonna talk about Max
No, not
Payne.
hooray.
I mean, yeah, not hooray. Big sad, as the
Big
kids would say.
sad.
Big sad. Okay. Max Payne. So, I think we could both agree Max Payne is fucking sick nasty, but I'm remiss to say
Good.
I don't have as much experience with Max Payne as you do. The only Max Payne game, I've only played 1 and 3, but I played a very little bit of 1, and then I remember I have played 3 multiple times, beaten it multiple times. I really like the concept of Max Payne, and I kind of know what went on in 1 and 2, just like through watching. Like if I can't play it.
I mean, the abridged version is Max goes on a fucking rampage and kills a shit ton of people.
Well, this is the thing: is if I can't play a game, what I'll do is I'll watch a lot of critiques. I'll watch a lot of analysis videos, retrospectives, but also I'll just put on like a long form like playthrough without commentary, and I'll just watch the whole game get played through. So it's like that's what I did when I couldn't play Silent Hill 3 because it just scared me too bad. I just watched people play. It's pretty much this. It's a linear experience. You're not missing a lot. Other than
there is something though about playing a game yourself. But
game feel. Yeah, it's like you don't have the kinetic like the rambunctious havoc of problem solving on the fly. But with horror games, it's a little bit. And I'd honestly say, okay, so where do we lead this off? Okay, so before we start this, could I tell you my really funny Stranger Things bit that I came up with?
Okay, as long as
okay, so it's Stranger Things, and all the characters are standing around, and they're like, "Okay, guys, we're all together, and we've got to put an end to this." Yeah, we got to put an end to this, and it's like, yes. So we're all going to go into the Upside Down, and we're going to face it. Yeah, we're going to face the mind faggot. What? The mind? What I say? Did you call it the mind faggot? Yeah. Mind Flayer, right? I was just thinking, maybe like if its name wasn't as intimidating, we wouldn't be as freaked out by it. And we're not calling it that. Okay, I was just trying to, I'm sorry. Okay, my sister.
Kick the fuck out of the mind queer.
Yeah, let's go. What'd you call it?
The mind queer.
The mind queer. Mind queer.
No, guys, no.
Mind queer with.
We can't offend it before we kill it. That makes us the bad guys.
Mind queer with Chris Faggot. I am Chris Faggot, the mind queer. Mind queer. Mind queer. Whoa, dude!
You see, with my sleight of hand, I have put a dick up your ass.
See, it's like, oh wow! Did you guys know that I fit this boa constrictor up my ass? It's like, whoa! Did that queer your mind? Mind queer.
Speaking of a dick up your ass, have you ever suffered from, I I don't know.
Sodomy?
I was about to say infanticide, but then I realized that's kind of a bad non sequitur.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think. Yeah,
I mean,
that's.
having your kid die is kind of like a dick up your
Well,
ass.
that was a quick. This is a quick private. Well, well, if we're going off of the Andy Pants standard, this is now a private and stream.
We're talking about dead wives, dead babies, and drug addiction. We're already.
That sounds like a Max Payne quote. Talking about dead wives, dead babies, and drug addiction. What the fuck else is left on the table? Nothing left but a cold body. Oh yeah. So for the rest of the podcast, I'm going to be.
You're gonna narrate.
I'm going to be Max. There I was, sitting across from some asshole on a podcast I could give a fuck about. Forced to spend a couple more hours.
Some asshole.
Hey, you interrupted my monologue with your own monologue. We can't have two dueling monologues.
We cannot monologue at the same time.
Don't
do it again.
There I was, sitting across from somebody I didn't give a fuck about, wasting the hours I had left in my life to do some shit that I didn't want to do. But then you come in and you're like, there I was, listening to this fucking faggot's monologue that was a bunch of bullshit. Actually, things are going pretty good. Well, if I may interrupt again, I want to say that actually, no, it's not cool. Well, I think it is cool.
Now I'm interrupting you with my monologue. See, I'm on top now.
You ever hear dueling banjos? This is dueling McCafferty's.
Dueling private dicks.
Dueling private... That... I think there's a video of that on Pornhub.
Is it right next to Fatty Tag Team?
Yes, dude, Fatty Tag Team is awesome. If anyone wants to see an amazing pornographic video, look up. I think it might just be called Fatty Tag Team, or it's Two Bros Tag Team of Fatty. And
the sad thing is, I tried to. I find that video.
Dude, you are gonna walk through. Trying to find the original Fatty Tag Team is like walking through fucking hell. You're like Dante. You're Dante walking
just
through hell.
Two dudes high five.
Yeah, no, it's a thing where these two dudes are like rotisserating this fucking like 500-pound she cow. And like one guy's on one end of her and the other guy's on the other end, and they're like, yeah, bro, Fatty Tag Team. And they give like the most masculine, like up in the air high five, like, fuck yeah. And I'm like, wow.
This is the perfect conversation to have.
I was just trying. I'm like, man, it's like these guys are either homosexuals or they are on some really good sherm. It's like you would have to get.
Maybe they're just best friends.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, we're pretty good friends, but I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would fucking double dip a fatty with you.
Cold, sullen day in New York City.
There I was.
Me and Alec were going down on a fatty.
There I was, me and Passos in some shitty apartment, tag teaming a fat broad together.
We were trying to get on the trail of Fabianca Bronco. Somehow we ended up here.
Next thing I know,
I don't know what this has to do with the Broncos or Fabiana.
Next thing I know is I'm balls deep in a pig's throat.
That's before we got to the fatty.
Go, Max, man. Why aren't you making eye contact with me? Sorry, Passos. I'm just not as into it. Come on, man. You gotta make eye contact, Max. Don't be a pussy, man. Come on. Fatty Tag Team, man. You gotta make eye contact. There I was.
No, make eye contact. Ah, you're gay.
You're gay.
You look me in the eyes. Ah.
Being tricked into being called a homosexual by somebody I thought was my partner.
Joke's on him when I pulled it loose and skied it all over his face.
Now who's the
Then
faggot?
I started calling him Dirty Sanchez.
Now you're the Dirty Sanchez. You fucking... I looked at him in that moment, and the words were silent, but we both knew he was the faggot now.
Then he busted on my face.
And he busted on my face. Clever.
The fat woman in the room was sitting in the corner, terrified.
He busted on my face.
We exchanged fire across the room at each other. Neither of us giving an inch, but giving plenty to each other.
He busted on my face. Never even saw it coming.
What? Where the fuck are we going with
Yeah,
this?
I don't know. Okay, Max Payne. Max Payne.
Max Payne, a very
is,
serious story.
Yes, Max Payne's a
full of
very
heartbreak and turmoil.
yeah. Okay, so Max Payne came out in 2004. Stepping into a portal, right? It was from 2005, right? Back in 2005,
Yeah,
right?
it was around
Or is it
there. I'm pretty
2001?
sure. I almost want to say it was 2001, but I don't know.
There I was in the World Trade Center.
When I saw the plane hit the tower, I was skeptical at first.
There
When
I
I
was.
saw the bombs go off on the support beams, then I knew this was all a sham.
And this was all a sham. There I was in the
Jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
There I was in the cockpit of a 747 hurtling towards the World Trade Center.
I had to prevent this terrorist attack by
Doing
causing
it.
a terrorist
I
attack.
had to prevent this terrorist attack by making sure it was done right.
As he's flying into the building, he
Go
slow
Max!
motion dives out of the cockpit.
Joe Max, man, you flying that plane? Yeah, Passos. I'm almost there. All right, cool. Just make sure you jump out when you crash it. Way ahead of you.
And also make sure you miss the building. The what?
The what? Well,
Jesus.
pass
But
out.
yeah,
Pass out. You got any flowers? Because I just picked myself a whole bouquet of oopsie daisies.
Max, you didn't. Oh my God, Max!
Oh, Max, man, man, they're gonna remember this, man. What are they gonna call it? Fucking gay day? Probably like I don't know.
Americans don't do that well with words. They'll probably just pick 3 numbers and go with that.
Yeah, they'll probably
the
just pick 3 numbers and they name it 420.
On that day, 420, on September 11th.
Never forget 420 420 2001. What?
When the towers blazed that day.
Hey, Fred, I got a joke for you.
Oh, what's that?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
9/11.
9/11 who?
I thought you said you never forget.
It was in that moment I was played for a fool.
I was playing
And
for
I
a
knew
fool.
what a fool I had been.
He showed me my own hand and my own guts while I was at it.
He
That
showed me
damn
my
clever.
ass too, but that was kind of different. It was in a photo. It was kind of blurry. There was a lot of
Dang.
people in that photo.
He exposed himself. Max, would you show me on the doll where he showed right here? Oh my God! Like,
And then Max shoots it with a Beretta on the doll.
oh wow, that's
it's just kind of right there.
there I was in Miss McLaughlin's 5th grade English. She had just confiscated my journal due to a monologue I had written, and I was pissed. In detention, half drunk on pixie sticks. Max, the teachers say you're monologuing again at school. Yeah, Mom, it's more of a soliloquy. Okay, son, you can't have you monologuing in school. It scares people. They're just scared of what they
Terrifies the
can't.
other kids.
They're just scared of what they can't understand. You see, my life is tragic. You're 12, Max.
My wife and my kid have died. What? No. What? Max.
When did that happen? Max, that didn't happen. Dude, I want to see Max Payne babies. Max Payne Jr.
Pain babies.
Yeah, Payne baby. It's like the Max Payne universe, but everyone's like a child. You know?
Fucking Vinny Gognitti crawling across like a fucking Thomas Tank Engine train set.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
It's a fair like that fills men's diapers.
Okay, anyway. So what is Max Payne? Max Payne is a video game made by Rockstar. I don't know if they made it. It wasn't some other...
It's made by Remedy, who was published by Rockstar.
What other shit did Remedy fucking crank out back in the old O's? Back in the O's?
Max Payne? Max Payne 2?
Clever title.
Yeah. God, what What did Remedy come out with? I know they made Quantum Break later on. As
Ugh.
Iceman from X-Men.
Ugh, Jesus.
Remedy games. I'm actually curious.
Remember when we found out that the guys that made Dragon Ball Z Fusion also made 25 to Life? And it's like, what the fuck? Like, how did you do that? How do you go from making...
They made Alan Wake.
Ugh.
Don't you knock on Alan Wake.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to fight Shadows and Invisible. Oh, you know how I feel about fucking Black Ooze monsters, Fred.
What?
Shut up, I don't like it. I don't like
Black
Black
Stephen
Ooze.
King. Fuck you.
It's a... so what? Man, if I wanted Stephen King, I'd read a book, nigger. Anyway, okay, yeah, so...
But yeah, they made Alan Wake, Quantum Break, Max Payne, Death Rally, then a game called Crossfire, I guess. Oh,
well, I remember Crossfire. That was that game.
Remember Crossfire?
No, that was that game you played. Remember the commercials? You're like Crossfire, and you had to like shoot marbles across the fucking little plastic board.
That's a board game. That's not a video game.
A game. It is a game. You know.
But it's not. It's not the same thing.
You know why they call them board games?
Because they're on a board.
No, because that's what you'll be when you play them. Ha ha ha.
And here I was about to offer you a game of Scrabble.
I'll Scrabble. I'll play some. I'll play like fucking faggot ass edge game. Like I'll play Cards Against Humanity.
That one's fun.
Yeah, it just sucks because like there's certain cards that are just more powerful. It's like black people. That's like the blue black people is the blue eyes.
You got to be creative with the cards too. That's the other thing.
No, but unless it's black people just it's the blue eyes white dragon of Cards Against Humanity. Like, you know, that in Mexico. Those two cards are really and in conjunction with each other, that's like Exodia.
I mean, I always get a good play with balls deep in a squealing hog while firing a rifle into the air.
Oddly specific, but I mean,
card.
I suppose it's just how you choose to play. You know, it depends on your play style.
Well, there's not a lot of ways you can play balls deep in a squealing hog while firing a rifle into the air.
I don't know. I mean, George W. Bush might have something to say about that. We get it because he's a pig fucker.
Never caught me for pig fucking.
I actually just saw that video today of George W. Bush being like, Kanye West saying I was racist was the worst thing that ever happened to my presidency. No, I mean,
my blood ran cold for a sec because I was about to. I literally thought you were about to say, "Yeah, I saw that video of George Bush balls deep in a squealing hog."
No, Lord, Jesus, God damn! I'd rather watch a fucking ISIS beheading than that. No,
I saw it in that episode of Black Mirror. If I got an uncensored version, I wouldn't.
That'd be awesome.
I'd still be shocked by it.
Black Mirror is such a good show because it's good and bad at the same time.
It's got some great ideas, but it's clear that after the first season, like all the writers and the actors who made that good kind of just fucked off.
So you mean they were fired and replaced with the right kinds of people?
Yeah, the people.
Okay, no, but anyway, there's this video.
Have a bunch of creative writing assignments online, but no actual accolades to their name.
Yeah, there's this video. Correct. There's this video of George W. Bush and they're like, what about when Kanye West said you didn't care about black people? And George W. Bush is like, it was honestly the worst, most disgusting day of my entire presidency. And I was like, well, what about 9/11? You think 9/11 would have been you know?
Hey, no, he got to read to a kindergarten class.
Yeah, fuck off. I don't believe in that theory because everyone knows George W. Bush can't read.
I thought that was Clinton.
No, Clinton reads between the lines.
Mm-hmm. More like between the thighs.
Yeah, and then Hillary Clinton doesn't read.
That's not his wife.
Hillary Clinton doesn't read because she's face deep in a baby.
As well as stroking out while eating it.
Yeah, well, because she has to eat baby flesh to stave off her kuru.
That's probably the problem with Bill Clinton. He doesn't know when to pull like Hillary off the baby because when she's foaming at the mouth, she could be excited or she could be having an episode.
I was talking with politics with like one of my coworkers a couple of years ago, and we were just talking about random stuff, and like I just like randomly deadpan like just brought up. I'm like, Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I just don't trust Hillary because, she eats babies to stave off her kuru. And it's just, I don't really think that's an appropriate thing. And she's like, yeah, I mean, like, she's like, oh, yeah, I heard that. What? What did you just, what did you just say? Like, she was just like,
Oh yeah, hey, hold on a minute.
dude, I love saying, like, really.
I love how she was about to react. She's like, yeah, that's
Yeah, no, like, she thought for a second. She's like, what did you just say? Like, yeah.
what the
It's not
fuck
the
did
worst
he
thing
just
I've
say,
ever-
Jack?
Dude, I remember I had this coworker. He would like make lame dad jokes every day, and he would always like make the same lame dad jokes. And one day he looked at me, and he's just like, "Hey, you know how I walk?" And I looked at him and I said, "Like a faggot." He fucking was like, "Hey, you motherfucker!" Like ran over and punched me. I'm sorry. He was like, "I was gonna say one step at a time." I'm like, "I'm sorry. You can't leave me open for that and expect me not to take it. I saw the opportunity. I fucking took it. Okay. I'm sorry.
You
I have
hold it against me. You gave me an easy in.
I can't help myself. Okay. Anyway.
Okay, back to Max Payne.
Back to Max
kills
Payne.
Hillary Clinton.
Max kills her. We probably shouldn't say that. We probably shouldn't
But he
say.
does.
No. We probably shouldn't say that. I don't want to get put on the list. Okay. So anyway, Max Payne was a game made by Remedy and published whatever by Rockstar. Came out in 2001 sometime around there. I don't know. And I remember.
Possibly.
You want me to regale my first experience with Max Payne?
Sure.
So I went to the store and I was looking through all the games. Here comes little Jack. I must have been. Let's see, how old was I? I was 12 years old. Perfect. So I'm walking around the mall wart and I'm checking out all the games. And here I see this unassuming game. It's called Max Payne. And I was like, oh. And being a kid at the time, when I saw that, I saw Payne and I didn't understand. Like, I mean, I didn't register that it was a name. I thought it meant like Max Payne, like maximum pain, like the Max Payne, right? You can feel.
Well, that's kind of the point of the name.
It's just got this
double entendre.
Yeah, it's just got this unassuming cover of a dude that looks cool holding a gun. And I remember I saw that and I was just like, I want to play this. Like something tells me this game's going to be really cool. And I remember
you just look at the box and you see the stark black and white photo of Max against the fucking brick wall.
I got it home, and this is kind of an unpopular thing a lot of people don't know, but usually back in the day, games had a tutorial mode. And more often than not, before you actually started playing the game, I would check the tutorial because I'd want to learn how to play it before I started it. And
it shows you stuff.
Yeah, it's like back in the day, campaigns didn't have built-in tutorials a lot of the time. Most of the time, the tutorial was often...
because back then, they assumed that if you wanted to pick up a game and play, you didn't want to spend the first half fucking dicking around learning stuff.
Yeah, so they would give you a tutorial mode. Like, I remember Predator Hunting Grounds did that, or no, Predator Concrete Jungle had one. I think Buffy the Vampire Slayer had one. Like, all these fucking games had their own... And I remember I played the tutorial and I was like, whoa, like the jump shoot mechanic, the slow motion, the exploration. You could find like a hidden area behind the window if you shot it out and get into an apartment. It was all very cool. And what was it? I was like, wow, like this is fucking cool. The voiceover character. I remember I grabbed a thing of pills and the guy and Max was like, it numbs the pain. And I was like, well, that's cool. Like, he talks. Like, that was unusual. And so I started the game.
Him up and snorts
and
him.
I started the game, and I had, like, I was watching. I'm not going to lie. Like, my first unpopular opinion, I don't like comic book panels with voiceover, like, cutscenes. I've never liked that. Okay. I didn't like it in Max Payne. I didn't like it in Seablade. If anyone remembers that game. Look up the cutscenes for Seablade. So good. I didn't like it in Max Payne. I didn't like it in Seablade. I didn't like it. Weird. I didn't like it in... there's another game that had it too. What was that one game? It was like Crytek or something. It was a game where you played as a mech that could turn into a jet that could turn into a tank. BattleTech? I think it was called BattleTech.
Was it BattleTech?
I can't remember, but it also had. While I didn't necessarily skip past the cutscenes, I just didn't care to like understand the story. So I started the game, and you're in your house, and I'm like, oh, okay, Max is in his house, and then he walks forward, and it's like there's something wrong. I can't remember what he says, but he immediately is just like something's not right, and I was like, oh, okay. So then you hear your wife like crying or whatever, and it's like, okay, so you go up the stairs and you shoot a couple guys, and you turn and you see a fucking dead baby covered in blood. And Max is like, oh, Rose, no.
Oh, God, please, no. Jesus, God, no.
You hear like the sound of the lullaby. It's like, hush, little baby, don't. You hear the lullaby playing, and you see it. I remember when I saw that. When I first got to that part, I was bored. I did not know video games were able. I didn't think they were. I felt like I had bought something illegal, and if my parents, like, I seriously thought, like, dude, is this game like? Am I going to get in trouble for buying this game? Because like the concept of seeing a dead baby in a game, and I was too young to have played Fallout 2, so I didn't know that kids could be in the games. I'd never seen a kid in the game like that. And I definitely didn't think they could be killed, let alone a baby covered in blood. And then Max's wife dying. And it so viscerally disturbed me that genuinely, when I started playing the rest of the game, the gore freaked me out. And the game, to me, felt like I was playing fucking Silent Hill. And there was something, I'm serious, like, and then you get into the subway after that level, and you go into the bathroom, and you see like the blood trail of the guy being shot. Dude, that freaked me out so bad. I was like, whoa.
Dude, well, I still remember like getting past that level and getting to the first part where you find a fucking television, like after you get through the apartment block, when you get the fucking pink flamingo TV.
Uh-huh.
Oh, geez.
I didn't get that far.
Where it's like fucking distorted and shit, and the guy's talking about how he's crazy.
I never got that far. I actually got halfway.
So you know that you can find like television shows though in Max Payne 1 and 2, right?
I do now. I think I knew that.
There's basically one that basically like it foreshadows like certain aspects of the game, and it kind of intonates that Max might be going fucking crazy.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah. It's like it's giving him like cryptic messages like that, like characters like read like word for word like later on, like there's one portion of the show where it's like he's talking to the pink flamingo, and it's like telling him bizarre phrases and words, and it utters the phrase, "I have eaten the flesh of fallen angels." And then when you go fight that one fucking whacked out drug lord, like legit, he quotes like the entire thing like word for word.
Maybe you just watched the same show.
Probably.
Maybe you just was watching the same show or something.
Either that or he made the show.
That could have happened. So anyway, I got to the section in Max Payne 1 where a dude walks out with a shotgun and blows you away. And I didn't understand. I was too young to really understand the concept of quick saving. And generally, the game was just too hard. And I didn't play it because too hard, and it freaked me out. And I actually remember I got rid of Max Payne. I didn't keep it. I actually traded it back into EB Games.
Oh,
and then I got a game called Enter the Matrix, which I liked a lot more than Max Payne, and it wasn't nearly as scary. Enter the Matrix is awesome. Path of Neo sucks. Anyone that says Path of Neo is good has not played Enter the Matrix. Enter the Matrix is way better.
I mean, Enter the Matrix is better, but Path of Neo is still fun.
Yeah, unless you played Enter the Matrix.
Yeah, but if you play the game that came after the one that you already played, it's gonna be better.
Yeah, except for fucking Enter the Matrix, playing as Niobe sucked because you had to do the driving sections. And it's so weird that it's Jada Pinkett. I can't believe I played as Jada Pinkett Smith in a fucking video game of all things, too. Like, I was like, what? She was Niobe in fucking Enter the Matrix? Yeah, Jada Pinkett
She
Smith
used to know
was.
how to act.
No, she wasn't really in the movies. She was just in the Matrix thing.
Hmm?
Yeah.
No,
No,
Niobe was in the Matrix. Matrix
not,
3,
no,
I
no,
think.
no. She wasn't in it very much, though. She was just in a couple scenes. All the
Yeah.
cutscenes that were featured in Into the Matrix were actually made like for the video game. And it's crazy to think that Ghost being Trinity's brother and Niobe being like it's crazy that they relegated their acting scenes to like 240p fucking bit crushed cutscenes
Yeah.
that 90% of the people skipped because they were like, I'll just watch the movie if I want to see these. Like, I legit skipped them
And they're not in the
thinking that.
movie.
Well, because the thing is like, video games back in the day that were based on movies, they give you like little snippets of the movie. So I always
Yeah,
skip the
yeah, I
cutscene.
remember that. Like every time you would pop in like either Battlefront or some shit, or
Yeah.
you'd pop in the Godfather video game.
Bugs Life is another one. Bugs Life on PS1 had a
Yeah,
couple, like, you could unlock scenes from the movie to watch. But
yeah.
with Into the
Scarface was
Matrix,
pretty much the only outlier that I played that actually was like a sequel to the film.
Scarface is awesome.
Scarface: The World Is Yours is very
I
good.
can't believe he fucking
I'd
shot
respect
Manny. Spoilers, Scarface shoots Manny.
that. Spoilers for a movie older than the both of us combined.
Yeah, I mean, I still think him shooting Manny was fucked up.
It was fucked up, but that's kind of the point.
Yeah, come on, man. You don't have to shoot Manny.
I mean, how am I to know that you won't go on a cocaine-fueled bender one day and just come into the room, see me fucking your sister, and you shoot me to death?
Okay, that's there. You didn't walk in and see Manny fucking balls deep in Gina. Okay, I think, yeah,
her
that's
fucking tits were out, bro.
Like, can you imagine if he
There
had?
was only one way you were going to like see that.
Imagine if like Scarface had walked in and seen Manny fucking Gina, and then he looks up and he gives him the same smile, like, "Hey, brother." Like, yeah, I may have shot him. Like, if he was just like, "Hey, man, I wanted to tell you, papito. Hey, man, Scarface, yo, Tony, I'm fucking your sister, man. I'm fucking your sister, man. Yeah, orle, vato, I'm fucking your sister." Oh wait, they're Cuban. Okay, anyway, Max Payne.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know shit about the first game. You're gonna have to walk me through it. So
Okay,
what
you know
happens?
the intro, obviously.
Max's baby gets shot, and then his wife gets shot, and then you kill the guys, and then you go on a kill
You
crazy.
basically go across town. Like, so the initial inciting action is basically after that, Max joins the DEA, goes undercover. His partner gets shot and killed by a dirty cop. You don't know that yet. You find that out later.
Dang.
It's actually kind of fucked up because it's like it's intonated that this guy is the one who kept the case going on for so long. He was basically feeding information to mobsters. But regardless, Max starts just killing mobsters left and right because he really doesn't have any plan at this point. He's just like, well, my best friend's dead. I don't know who did it. I'm just going to start knocking names off a list and see where it gets me.
So does Max kill like other cops?
Surprisingly, it actually gets him pretty far. But the irony is, like, the only reason Max gets so far is because literally people show up and say, "Hey, Max, you fucking idiot, you got the wrong guy." And then Max is like, "Well, help me find the right guy." And they're like, "Sure, okay." And then they drug Max and leave him there. So Max has to go back to killing mobsters, trying to find the trail again.
No.
Meanwhile, if people have brought him with them at any point in the game, Max would not nearly have so many bodies under his belt.
I've heard that throughout the first game, there's like this sort of dichotomy where at first you overhear a lot of conversations, and at the beginning of the game, the gangsters are like, like when they start talking about you, they start being like, "Yeah, this fucking dumbass cop thinks that he can fucking come in here and do this shit. It's like we're gonna put him down." But then by the end of the game, you hear people like trying to hype up their friends into not dropping their guns and running away. Is that true? Like, how does that work? Where they're like, "Okay, you know he's gonna come here. I need everybody ready. all right, I'm serious. Don't fuck up. We gotta stop this guy. Like, because isn't it by the end of the game like they're like afraid of you?
Well, essentially, because like this random detective had somehow murdered his way across New York City and made it to the top of a major pharmaceutical corporation with ties to like black site military like projects.
That's awesome.
It's like the whole reason Max like had his life go to hell is because he unfortunately didn't listen when his wife got slipped some shady papers. Like
Yeah,
he
I
pushed
thought
it off
that.
to the
Yeah.
next day, and literally the next day, like Van Horn, the evil bitch of the Acer Corporation, sends drug like Valkyr junkies to your house to murder you and your family.
Okay, so yeah, I thought there was something where it's like Max's wife. Like, does he just like blow her off and call her a conspiracy theorist or something, or
No,
just tell her?
so Max basically gets home after a day of working as a fucking detective,
Is
probably
he a homicide?
homicide.
Yeah, that would
in
suck.
2001 New York, that was not fun.
No.
People were dropping like flies.
Yeah.
But like he basically gets home from work and like she walks up to him and says like, "Hey, I got this really funny paper that came across my desk. You want to take a look at it with me?" And he's like, "Yeah, just maybe later." And he just pushes it off. And literally, like right after that is when his house gets attacked.
Dang.
So like you keep having like nightmare sequences where Max views himself killing his wife, because essentially that's how he feels. Like if he had listened in that one moment,
That's not
this
true. He
might
had
not
no
have
idea. He had
happened.
no idea what was going to happen. That's not fair to Max.
I mean, well, he is torturing himself essentially.
Obviously, and I get why he would think
Like
that,
like
but that's
the whole
not.
game, if you want to view it as such, is just an elaborate suicide that Max didn't think he'd get as far as
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did.
right. Like he's like, okay, I plan on dying while doing this, and he just keeps not dying.
Yeah, he's like, I might as well get as high as I can go and try to kill as many like top people in this conspiracy as I can. And by the time he's like standing at the top of the Acer Corporation after dropping a fucking radio tower on the helicopter of the lady who basically ruined his life, he's just sitting there and he's like, I released my finger from the trigger. It was all over, finally. He's just standing there on a rooftop, just kind of like fucking freehanding a machine gun or something, waiting for the police to come up and arrest him. Just standing there, looking down at a blown up helicopter. He's like, I think this is good enough.
Okay, so I heard Max Payne 1 does something different, and the other games don't do this. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Max Payne 1 has these kind of like horror puzzle dreams that are, from what I've heard, are pretty freaky, like something out of like Silent Hill scary.
A little bit. So it's in the first and second games, actually. Third game doesn't
Okay.
have a nightmare sequence.
Oh,
Second game, I think, has one. First game has two.
okay.
And, oh man. Like, because each nightmare sequence, I want to say, begins the same way. You basically run through Max's house, which is turned into a big old maze. You have to, I think, chase the crying down. You
Yeah.
kind of got to listen to the crying to know where the right way to go is.
That's fucking freaky.
Which, yeah, it's already fucked up. Meanwhile, you find certain like rooms, like you enter the living room in the labyrinth, and then you enter the bedroom in the labyrinth, and there's like weird nightmare sequence stuff going on. Like he can't get through the bathroom not because it's blocked, but because it boards itself up. You keep finding little memories that Max kind of suppressed. Like, that's where you find out that Max basically blew off his wife after she got a dossier from Alfred Woden.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. But, like, then after you find yourself in the bedroom, you go through the baby's room, obviously.
Okay.
And when you go through the baby's room, you go into the hall and you exit, and you have to follow a blood trail to your bedroom where your wife's body is, and essentially the whole time a baby's crying at you, screaming at you, the walls are bleeding, it's raining blood, it's pitch black, and all you see is this fucking crimson thing you gotta walk on that's like that's like barely the width of Max's body, And by the way, I hate the nightmare. I love the nightmare sequences, but
I've
I fucking
heard,
hate them because
I've
I
heard
keep
that
falling
they're,
off the blood trail.
yeah. I've heard people say that they go from being scary to frustrating real quick.
Only when you get to the blood trail room, because
Okay.
literally, like,
Bit of a
getting
Dark
lost
Soul, bit of a
inside the
Dark
house
Souls
is
problem.
fine. At least that doesn't send you back to the checkpoint if you
So what you're
fall.
saying is it's like the Crystal Cave after the archives in Dark Souls.
No, actually, I would say it's worse. Because at least in Dark Souls, your characters are tangible instead of like some dick on roller skates carrying a shotgun.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, and Max Payne doesn't have tank controls, does it?
No, it's a pretty rudimentary third person shooter. I want to say it's probably one of the first concepts of a third
Does it
person
have
shooter.
ambidextrous twin sticks? So it's like, can you move the camera and your character separately?
What do you mean?
It's like, can you run in a direction while staring in an opposite direction and have your character
Yeah, so
ambidextrous,
like a
I
regular
guess.
third person shooter, yeah.
Yeah. Like, is it still like confused and doesn't quite know how to do it yet?
No, Max Payne 1 nailed third person shooting from the onset because it basically just took the camera, raised it up a little bit, and put it behind Max.
Okay, so why doesn't Max get arrested at the end of Max Payne 1? What's the deal with that?
Back to where the story was going. So the person who kind of like helps you on your trail after you bump off like the drug kingpin, Jack Lapino, and then Mona Sachs drugs you and leaves you there. Like after that, you start getting into contact with Alfred Woden, who is the guy who slipped your wife the dossier and the person that Van Horn is after, as well as Max.
Yeah.
And basically, the funny thing is, it's basically this whole behind the scenes like battle of espionage and blackmail. Because the reason why Alfred Woden passed a dossier off to Max's wife is because Van Horn had dirt on him, which was basically Alfred Woden going to prostitutes, getting dressed up in leather gear, and getting his ass beat.
This is in the first game.
This is in the first game.
Okay, so
And what's funny is like you
wait,
even
so
go
did
to
they
like Alfred
anticipate?
Woden's,
Okay, wait,
like,
hold on.
mansion.
Okay, so did they anticipate that Max's wife would get killed and would make him go on a kill crazy maniacal rampage? Like, that's not really something you can like.
Nobody planned for Max to do what he did, but like essentially Alfred was like, well, in for a penny, in for a pound. At least he's going after the person trying to fucking ruin my life.
No, he assumed that if he did that, Max would have like got on hot on the trail and would have uncovered it. He didn't necessarily anticipate Max going on a kill crazy rampage.
No, like basically you slip some information to somebody you worked with who had a detective husband, not knowing that that would A, get her killed, B, get her child killed, and C, put her husband on a path of self-destruction and murder.
So it's like, yeah, her husband's essentially at that point, he's like, okay, I want to die, but I'm not going to kill myself. So I'm essentially going to commit suicide by fucking misadventure.
Well, that's why he threw himself into the DEA, because he's like, I have nothing to live for. And then his best friend gets killed, and he's like, I have not only nothing to live for, people are blaming my best friend's death on me, as well as the mob is trying to kill me.
Oh, wow. Dang.
Who's this guy calling me? Oh, I found your videotape. Let's meet.
Whoa. Okay.
Because I love it. Because like in the first, in the apartment complex, in one of the first levels, you literally go into a prostitute's room and you find her journal, a video camera, and S&M gear. And then later on, when you get to Alfred Woden's like mansion, you go into like one of his rooms, and I think it's past like a conference room. You find his bedroom, and you open up the wall, and it's more ball gags and leather gear. And, like without missing a beat, like Max is like, oh, so I guess this is where Alfred's room of kink is.
Nice. The room of shame.
Basically. Yeah, and I love it. Like this guy got a woman killed because he was too worried about his I'm trying to remember if Van Horn's a competitor or like
if he had just held off, if he had just held off, if he had just held off for 10 years, he could have gotten Van Horn canceled for king shaming. You know what Edward Woden should have done is he should have
I'm a
pulled
pretty woman who just happens to love being a gimp.
what Edward Woden should have just used the Kevin. He should have just used the Kevin Spacey defense. Alfred Woden should have just used the Kevin Spacey defense.
Yes, kill the person who comes out about you.
No. That's not.
Well, that's not what happened. Definitely what happened.
It's not what's been proven by the court of law.
I'm sure Kevin Spacey's going to show up to my house and kill me.
Hello there, Fred. I've been thinking about having sex with you. Oh, after you're dead. Oh, no.
Oh.
Okay, no, the Kevin Spacey defense.
Joke's on you, then I drop to my knees and blow him.
Okay, Kevin Spacey.
And then he shoots me.
Yeah, and then he shoots you. Thank you for that. Kevin Spacey's defense is when you're accused of a bunch of horrific stuff, just say you're gay. That worked.
After everybody turned up dead, yeah.
Well, I mean, that was just a coincidence
the people testifying against me just happened to turn up dead.
It's just a coincidence that every single person that had some issue with Kevin Spacey, they all just happened to kill themselves in a short time after accusing him.
He was method acting. He was playing what's the fucking guy's name?
Oh fuck, what is his name? We'll figure this out. Don't look it up. Frank Underwood.
Yeah.
Right, and then it was really weird how Kevin Spacey, like, those guys committed suicide, and he's like, "You didn't really think I was gone, did you? They can't keep you from me." And it's like, what? Is this like a confession? Dude, like, he legit came out and is like, "We all know what happens to people who cross me." And it's like, what? Okay, Satan. Like, Jesus. He literally, like, yeah. And then, like, Kevin Spacey's been like sus for years. What was that one movie he was in where he has like sex with the girl? You ever seen this? It's like a horrible movie. Okay, so Kevin Spacey.
Than that.
Okay, so Kevin Spacey is like this guy. He's fucking Kevin Spacey, and his daughter is like a 17-year-old, 16-year-old girl or whatever, and she has a friend. And her friend is like this sultry little underage jailbait minx, I suppose is the term, right?
Okay.
Hold on. I know. This isn't actually my opinion because I haven't seen the film, but this is what the synopsis is.
You're emulating Kevin Spacey.
I'm just method acting Kevin Spacey.
And he anyway, thinks she's a jailbait sexy man.
No, because through the whole movie, he's all like, "Oh, it's like, you know what she is like, I'm sure she runs through dozens of guys. I can see it in my head right now. Every boy down the block has had her twice. It's like, she's such a fiery little, she's a little fire crotch. It's like, oh, I know what she wants. It's like, she's had nothing but boys, and now she'll want to have a real man, and then finally...
So after Kevin Spacey gets done beating off, what's the point of the fucking movie?
Okay, the point is that he actually has sex with this girl, right? And it's like, okay, yeah, right, like, and you're like, okay, he has sex with her, and I don't know how it plays out, but he notices like blood, and he's like, wait, what? And she's like, I'm a virgin, and it's like, you just deflowered an underage girl. And I think he throws up. I think he's like, I think he throws up because he's so disgusted by her fucking...
It's not the act that did it. It was realizing that he was wrong.
Yeah. No, was it... are you sure? Oh, maybe I misinterpreted that. So anyway, yeah, Kevin Spacey deflowers a girl who he had assumed... Is this movie called... What is this movie called? Is it called...
what is this fucking movie?
I have no idea. Like I said, I remember the only reason I know about this film is because Nick Rekieta talked about it a whole bunch.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, only the best taste over there.
Yeah, because I remember Nick Rekieta was like, I don't know, is it called like Usual Suspect or something? I don't know. Let me hold on. Hey, Ben. I'm gonna go to my computer.
Google it.
I'm gonna go to my computer wife and ask her. What movie was the film where Kevin Spacey had sex with his daughter's friend and she was actually a virgin? The Usual Suspect. Let's see. American Beauty.
I've never seen that movie.
It's called American Beauty, and it came out in 1999.
Oh, that's the fucking movie where he gets shot in the head at the end.
Well, good. He deflowered a fucking underage girl. He's shit.
Well, like the whole crux of the movie is like Kevin Spacey loses his job, so he just decides to fucking detach from the world and work out in his garage for the whole entire movie.
Well, what does him having sex with his daughter's friend have anything to do with that?
I don't know. He also makes his conservative neighbor come out as gay because his conservative neighbor's son is his weed dealer, but his conservative neighbor was looking through the window while Kevin Spacey was buying drugs from his son. But as he was looking through the window, it looked like his son was leaning down and blowing Kevin Spacey when all he was doing was rolling him a fucking joint.
What a classic!
For some reason, after that, like the guy is like, "If my son's gay, I guess that's okay. I guess it means it's okay
what is
if
this
I'm gay."
What is this, a Buster Keaton sketch? What the fuck is that?
And then the movie just ends with like Kevin Spacey getting his fucking brains blown out, but they never tell you who fucking killed him.
Wait, so they don't tell you who kills Kevin Spacey?
They literally just hide, like they give a bunch of red herrings of a bunch of people like walking into Kevin Spacey's home with a gun, but every last one of them just find him fucking dead. Like none of them kill him.
Was it Max Payne?
The man declawed a 17-year-old. It reminded me of my wife. I shot him.
There it was.
He reminded me of my wife.
A man deflowering a 17-year-old girl, but that's not why I shot him. I shot him for being a faggot.
Shot him so I could fuck the wound in the middle of his forehead.
No, he doesn't say that. I was going to say that he's a faggot enabler, but that's probably not.
He's a fagabler.
He's a fagabler. What is this, Italian? He's a fagabler, man. Yo, man, you all know that he's a faggotinissimo. He's a big old faggotinissimo, the faggotinabile. Mama, Antonio is a faggotinissimo.
I guess you could call this scene an American Beauty.
The beauty of me ventilating my dick through his head wound. I learned something. Not only was I addicted to painkillers, but I was also a necrophile.
And then the conservative watches through the window as Kevin Spacey gets his fucking skull fucked.
I mean, yeah. Okay,
I guess it's okay for me to skull fuck people now.
Well, we are far past the Andy Pants metric on this.
we have burnt the algorithm to a fucking crisp.
Oh yeah,
anything,
no, this is
hit the top.
This is gonna get.
We have gone so far past the bottom. We are going to loop around and just land right on top of everyone.
This is getting
a fucking pirouette.
This is gonna get fucking buried right next to all those people that accused Kevin Spacey of sexual misconduct. Yes. Okay, so anyway, back on to Max Payne. Done talking about American Beauty. Okay, so Max Payne.
That's the scene where Max goes into the bar and he sees somebody
you never
blown. How topical.
You never answered my question. Why isn't Max Payne arrested at the end of the game? I mean, he kills like 300 people, right?
Oh, he cuts a deal with Woden. Basically, like that's the whole deal. So Woden was getting blackmailed by Van Horn.
But didn't Woden get Max's wife like killed?
Yeah, but at this point, Alfred just kind of owes him one, and Max figures, well, I got no other way out of this. And that actually carries over into Max Payne 2.
Okay.
I want to jump to that.
Well, let's transition. Look at me. Yeah, we're like Cosmo. We're like Cosmo.
Max Payne gets to the top of the Acer Corporation, kills Van Horn as revenge, as well as a favor to Alfred Woden. And Alfred Woden basically gets him off scot-free. And essentially, Max rejoins the police department for 2.
Wait, so he goes back to being
in another sort of crime syndicate ordeal in 2.
Okay, wait.
Ramona
so
Sachs comes back into his life.
He becomes a cop again, and he becomes a cop again.
Basically, Woden, like,
No, I
I
get
guess
that
his
he's free.
defense was so good that he managed to convince them that not only Max Payne was completely justified, but if Max didn't do what he did, they wouldn't have brought down the entire, like, basically, because the way Alfred spins it is, I have to imagine he spins it like Van Horn was the kingpin of the Valkyr drug problem, and Max took care of it.
Okay,
So essentially, that's why he's back on the force.
so he was like, did they like give him like a psychological exam, right? Because don't you have to get like a psych exam after you do like a, you know?
Oh, they did. And as with everything back in the day, it was lackadaisical.
Nice.
Max has severe PTSD.
I don't. He has like some new form of.
Max full on recognizes and understands that Woden got his wife and daughter killed, to the point where even though like midway through like Max Payne 2, he is deeply embroiled in another like sort of like secret society nonsense shakeup again. He refuses to call Alfred because he's so pissed off that he got his wife and kid killed. To the point where eventually Max hits like Max gets told by Mona, just like, fucking call him. You need him.
It's like a petulant child doesn't want to get hold of their dad.
And straight up, like, he picks up, he doesn't even dial, like, I don't even think he dials Alfred's phone number. He just picks up a landline and he says into the speaker, "This is Max Payne. Alfred Woden, you still owe me." And he hangs up.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You imagine like Alfred
like,
just sitting
like
back in his.
The whole situation in Max Payne 2 is even more messier, because at least in Max Payne 1 it was a straight line. But Max Payne 2, the first thing he comes up against is like mafioso, like hitman dressed up as cleaning crews, basically muscling in onto Russian mobster territory.
Okay.
And Max inadvertently gets Vlad, which is his Russian mobster contact in the first game. He gets Vlad's secretary / girlfriend killed. Because the cleaners basically shoot her when Max tries to pull the whole NYPD, don't do bad stuff.
Wait, okay, so Max has a lady pal. What's her name?
Mona Sachs is the lady pal, but Vlad's lady pal, I don't remember her name. All I know
Max
is that
gets
Max gets her killed.
Okay, I thought you meant Max had a different lady pal that wasn't Mona. Okay. So yeah. I have a few questions about. Okay, so what's this famous answering machine recorded call segment everyone talks about in Max Payne 2? That's allegedly the most.
That's actually Max Payne 1. So this is the second dream sequence after you get past.
No. There's a part.
Trail room.
There's a part where Max calls a sex hotline.
That's depressing. That is Max Payne 2.
Yeah, everyone says it's like the most depressing thing in a video game. Like, what is it?
It is, because it's basically Max desperate to talk about all the fucked up shit he did.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody is either that he could have talked to is either not somebody he can actually like tell this stuff to, like his partners at the NYPD, or they're part of the secret society and he would literally have to find these people to kind of vent to. Mm-hmm. So he calls a sex hotline and he hears like, I think the options are Brenda, Jessica, and Mona, and he picks Mona.
Oh, that's depressing.
Oh, not only that, but he's like, he starts talking, and like she asks for his credit card number, but then he starts talking about all the people he killed, and he's like, I thought it would make it better, but it didn't. And she's like, what, are you some kind of fucking weirdo? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he hangs up the phone.
Oh, Max.
Because he's trying to bare his soul to anyone who will listen, but there's no one there to listen.
I would have listened to that dude.
So yes, we would just be sitting in a room watching Max talk at a wall.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I would totally listen to Max Payne just lay it all out. I mean, I'd probably like go Ghost White and like, you know, maybe like.
But like, it gets so fucked up that he basically has like, it's, I wouldn't call it Stockholm syndrome, but he's so obsessed with Mona that he thinks he has to protect her because it's his last
Oh,
sort
is
of
that
attachment.
is that fucking Dolores Day thing where it's like a lady takes care of a person that's crippled and then she ends up falling in love with him, but she doesn't actually love him. She just loves the idea of him because like he made her feel important.
It's pretty obvious that like Mona and Max do have genuine feelings for each other. It's
Uh-huh.
Max is a cop and Mona is an assassin, and neither of their worlds really should interact because that means bad shit will happen.
Well, then why don't they just stop doing what they do?
Because Mona will just get murdered and Max is a cop.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to be a cop. He could retire. Plenty of cops become criminals.
No, well, like Max is still a genuinely good man. He doesn't want to be a criminal.
Okay, he is not a genuinely good man. You get that shit out of your head right now.
He is a genuinely decent person. He's just
He is not a decent person. He's killed more people than the most prolific serial killer in America. He is the most prolific serial killer in America.
People shot back.
Okay. So let's say that
justifiable self-defense every single time. Plus, they're all mobsters. You going to cry about the Italian mafioso who fucking skinned a guy's feet, made him walk on a salt flat, then shot him in the back of the head?
Well, you don't know. What about fucking Vinny? He just worked at the fucking chop shop. He didn't even know it was a legal operation.
Vinny?
Yeah. What about Vinny?
Vinny's a fucking psychopath and a...
Oh, wait, is there actually a character named Vinny?
Oh, yeah, Vinny Gognitti.
Oh, well, I was just thinking a random...
There's a scene in Max Payne 1 where you shoot him in the stomach and he goes running across rooftops. Even Max is like, God damn, how the hell is he still moving like this? I guess that's fear that gives men wings.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I was just saying a random...
he's diving onto trains and diving across rooftops trying to get the fuck away from Max.
Yeah.
By the time Max gets back up to him, like he has gotten into such a rough gunfight that he's just standing here looking at Vinny on the ground, and he's just like, yeah, every last course of action has gone down to one singular action. And he just pulls the trigger and the gun turns out to be empty.
Oh, that's
He was
cool.
like fully ready to just pistol execute Vinny right then and there.
Nice.
And then like because of that, Vinny spills because he's like, oh god, he's actually gonna kill me.
Oh shit. Okay, I was just picking a random WAP name out of the hat, so.
Yeah, but like Vinny Gognitti, he's hilarious.
Any WAP Needy?
He dies really bad in Max Payne 2.
Okay.
So in Max Payne 2, later on in the game, Vinny gets tricked into buying a limited edition baseball bat boy mascot costume, but he buys it from who he doesn't know at the time. He buys it from the Russian who rigged the fucking thing to blow up. So you play this entire mission with poor Vinny Gognitti stuck in a fucking baseball bat boy costume, and if you fuck up and let him get too damaged, he'll just blow up and kill you both.
That sounds like a really fun level. I'm sure that wasn't frustrating.
Oh, don't worry, he blows up anyway and he dies horribly.
That's awesome. Okay, so now don't jump ahead of yourself. Okay, so in Max Payne 2, there's this Dawn who the reason he's going on this fucking everyone must die thing is because there's a video of him with a prostitute. Now, don't tell me anything about the video, but who is this character, this mafia guy that has this video out there? What's his name?
The video?
No. The guy that is on the recording of the video. He's like, because Max Payne. That's Alfred Woden. Okay, so what?
Alfred Woden, basically, Van Horn got a prostitute to record Alfred Woden basically going to prostitutes, dressing up in leather gear, and getting spanked.
Okay, but that's not what do you think was actually on that video that he does not want? I mean, is it like the King in Yellow or something?
I mean, I don't think it's any pedophile shit. I just think it's Alfred getting fucked up the ass.
Really? You think it's just him getting fucking pegged?
Yeah, because the most back at that time period, the worst that could happen to a kid is just them dying.
Yeah.
Nobody really thought about shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean that, and it's like it's just not. I don't know. I don't find stuff like that. I mean, I just that subject material just isn't.
Yeah,
There's just not really a lot. It's like
it's just
there's not really a lot you can't really like spin it any other way than being horrific.
It's like what
I don't blame
sits
them for
on your conscience better? Max Payne saw a guy dressed up in leather gear get butt fucked who tried to pass a dossier to his wife that got his wife and child murdered, and then that guy gets you off. Or a guy fucks a little girl, gets busted for that.
Oh God, Fred, that's awful. That's awful. Oh Jesus, I don't even like hearing that.
You're the one who put it out there.
Oh, you could have used a euphemism. Anyway, my point is, I think that it should have been something like maybe the guy was like eating somebody, like a cannibal. I don't know. That would have been fucking. Why would you send an entire city to go and fucking kill like everyone over like I mean an S&M video? Man, you could have fucking been that wasn't me.
You're not hearing me. He's not the Alfred Woden's not the one who did it. Van Horn is the one who sent the city after Max.
Oh.
Alfred
but in the second game
got blackmailed by Van Horn first.
But in the second game, Max finds the videotape.
What are you talking about?
I thought Max found a videotape of Albert getting fucking whatever.
No. Okay. So the only blackmail shit that's going on is in Max Payne 1. Everything else in Max Payne 2 is basically mafia people going up against Freemasons, going against the Russian mob, basically.
So does Max kill Ed or Albert?
No.
Oh. Well, what happens to him?
Alfred gets shot by Vlad, and then Vlad shoots Max in the face.
Max gets shot in the face.
In the face.
Okay, and then
by a Desert Eagle, no less.
Somehow
it doesn't blow his fucking skull out the back of his head. But I guess he kind of gets shot in the. He survives somehow. And this is after Max had already been shot in the chest and fell off a building.
I'm gonna guess that the people that made the game
linearly, this would make sense.
I'm gonna guess that the guys that made the game probably didn't like understand firearms nearly as like well as
No, it's rule of cool, dude. It's based off of Hong Kong action. People take rounds to the arm and they just shrug it off, just like. Ugh.
Yeah, but a 50 caliber Desert Eagle it's like one of the most powerful handguns on the planet Earth.
Could be the 45 variant.
I've also heard that it's a really unreliable handgun that's like kind of a piece of shit.
I don't know if it's just because it got overhyped at the time. I don't think Israeli Industries Desert Eagle is that bad.
Isn't Israel like they have like gun.
It's a completely pointless sidearm.
Well, I thought they made it as like a
500-pound quarterback.
No, I could have sworn that they made the Desert Eagle on like just like a dare or like just wanting to see if they could essentially. Like it was like the idea behind the Desert Eagle is wouldn't it be cool if like that was the concept,
Yeah, but essentially in Max Payne 2, like the whole crux of the issue is Max like goes off on like a call, which gets him tied up with the Russian mob again, which in turn gets him re-tied up with Mona Sachs and Alfred Woden. And Max not only kills like Vlad, the Russian mobs, because at this point, like Vlad is actually your friend, but not only does Max accidentally get his like first girlfriend killed, Vlad was actually two-timing like the fucking person who was running guns with him with a detective in the NYPD as well.
Wow, this Vlad guy sounds Max like he's no good.
Like, Max to protect Mona because this detective, I think the detective's name is Winters or Winterson. It is Winterson. But Detective Winterson basically tracks Max down and he's working with Mona. And she's like, she's working for Vlad, but she's criticizing Max for working with Mona, even though Max figured out she's working with the Russian mob. So she tries to shoot Mona. Max shoots Winterson. Winterson shoots Max. He falls off the fucking construction building and wakes up in the hospital.
Okay, but Mona dies.
No, Mona is alive up until the end of the game.
Okay, how does she die at the end?
That Vlad really, really, really likes shooting people in the head.
Wait, so he shoots Mona in the head too?
Yes, I think.
With
But
the
then
same
the weird
gun?
thing is, if you beat the game on hard,
This is
Mona
what I've heard.
lives.
Okay, yeah, so if you beat the game on hard mode, she survives?
Yeah, she survives, but in Max Payne 3, it basically just treats her as dead or disappeared anyway.
Well, I mean, there's still like, I mean, can't you find her grave in Max Payne 3?
You do find her grave in Max Payne 3.
I never found it. I only ever found, like, I can't remember finding her
Yeah,
grave.
because you can find, oh god, you can find Jim Bravura, you can find Vinny Gognitti, and the mission in Max Payne 3 starts at Max's family's grave, which is fucked up. It always depresses me how that mission starts, because Max is like just dutifully paying respects before he fucks off to Brazil. And without missing a beat, a bunch of fucking Guidos walk up and it's like, you Max Payne, start shooting at him and tear the freaking graves to shreds.
Well, I like it a way that it's his wife and daughter's final like farewell, like they're protecting him one last time. And then it's also him he's shedding the concept of the past. Like, it's like they're gone and now it's like, let them fade into memory. It's like you don't have to, it's very symbolic.
Yeah. But,
okay, so
yeah, essentially at the end, so after being severely injured and waking up in the hospital, Max runs off and finds Mona and Alfred Woden. Vlad tracks them down, shoots Alfred dead, shoots Mona, shoots Max in the face.
okay.
And then meanwhile Max is all fucked up. He's got bullets in his chest. He's got a bullet like nearly lodged in his brain. And like you're just looking at this like Russian mobster who's shit talking you, just like, I didn't want to kill you, Max. And it's like you're trying pretty hard. But yeah, everybody's dead at the end except for Max.
Okay, and the police want him this time?
I think it's another one of those situations where the police basically say fuck it, because at this point, like, everybody in the NYPD except for Max Payne, like, every detective is essentially dead.
Oh wow.
Winterson's dead, Jim Bravura's dead. I guess Max just stuck on the force for a little while before he finally fucking quit and became a drunkard.
Yeah.
But I'm cliff notesing the fuck out of these stories. These are my favorite stories in video gaming anywhere.
So you would say that Max Payne is your favorite story?
Max Payne is probably one of my favorite series, because even though people like think the third game is rocky, it's a nice beginning, middle, and end.
We'll get to that. Okay. What are the dream sequences in Max Payne 2?
Basically all the dream sequences is Max is like, oh man, I'm really sad that my wife and child died.
Still?
And I really want to fuck this hot assassin.
He
is criminally obsessed with Mona Sachs and Max Payne 2.
Like not good at all.
It's not even healthy. It's not even portrayed as healthy. It's actually kind of sad.
Oh wow.
To
yeah,
the
you
point
think
when
that
Mona actually shows back up again, like, I wouldn't say that Max is puppy dogging her, but he obviously is trying to keep her from dying like everything else in his life.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, I think it's like, once again, like I brought that up, is I think Mona, it's like less about who she is and more about what she is, like what she's like, the idea.
What's funny is at the beginning of the game when Vlad's like gun runner girlfriend gets shot. Like Max like says like much like every terrible thing in my life, it begins over the corpse of a woman I failed to protect, and it's like Jesus, Max.
Yeah, damn. Okay, Max, Jesus.
Like then it makes a third callback in the third game. That one's even more depressing.
Okay, so what other questions about Max? Okay, so at one point in Max Payne 2, you actually play as Mona?
Yes. In Max Payne 2 specifically, there's a scene where Mona has to cover Max because before he gets shot by Winterson and falls off the construction site the first time, he falls off the construction site before that part, and Mona basically has to cover him while he gets across no man's land, basically full of bulldozers and construction equipment. You're basically providing him sniper fire, which is pretty cool.
Does it does it feel like a weird, or is it like fine?
No, it's basically like the way I would explain like Mona Sachs is like she's a nimbler Max. Like she obviously plays quicker.
She does?
I think so.
Okay,
maybe
so
it's just because it's a smaller character model, but like
yeah.
I think she moves quicker.
That's interesting.
They probably have the same health pool though.
Do you have is there like a cheat code you can use to play as her whenever?
I don't know actually. That might be something you got to look up. I'm sure it probably does have something like that.
That'd be cool though. Okay. Is that the only time in the entire series where you play as another character?
Yeah.
I wonder if there was more. I wonder if there was more to that, and it was just like something they left in the game, but maybe they were going to do more of.
Maybe. Because I know in Max Payne 3 they give you the game mode where you can play as Passos.
Yeah, what is that? It's like a DLC. Isn't it like a co-op? Like you and Max and Passos do co-op, right? Is that what it is?
Maybe. I actually don't know about that one. I was talking about the multiplayer mode where it's basically Juggernaut and you're playing as Max Payne and Passos.
Oh, I thought that was like co-op missions where you played as Max and Passos.
Like I said, I don't know because I've never.
It might be that I just No, I never got any of the Max Payne 3 DLC because it cost money, and I'm like, no.
I probably got a few of the free multiplayer maps.
Okay, so before we move on to Max Payne 3, we'll talk about the third game in the series, Stranglehold. Now, I thought it was pretty interesting that they switched the perspective from Max, and then we were playing as Chow Yun Fat, and that it was in China. What was your opinion?
Weird, switching out James McCaffrey for Chow Yun Fat.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's a step down.
Why would you say that?
Because I don't like him. No, I'm just.
Well, you don't like him. Why? Because of his slanty eyes and his big buck teeth. Is that what you're saying?
No. I don't like him because he has an accent.
Okay. Wow. Cool. All right. So what you're saying is that you don't like him because he's a slope. That's what you're saying. All right.
I am not saying any of that.
You're right. I said it. Oops. Well, whatever.
You don't like him because he's a dick. I did not say.
I did not say that. What's the joke where Max Payne is like, I wonder if Asians ever sued over cheese nips?
Goddamn. No, Max. Those are orange, not yellow.
That's not what I'm getting at. In that moment, I realized I had been outsmarted at my own game.
Racial epithets.
Did you play piano in the first and second games?
Yeah, and Max fucking sucks at playing the piano. I love that it's consistent between all three games that Max Payne really fucking sucks at playing the piano, but apparently he just loves playing the piano.
Interesting.
I love how in the third game there's 5 different instances you can three or 4 or 5 instances.
Yeah, every time you play it, he gets slightly better at playing it until at the very end he actually plays the full song.
Yeah. I love the moment at the end where Max kind of just raises his arms, just perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. He does like the al dente thing where he's like, "Mamma mia, it's a good piano."
Chocolate piano, pizza de pasta.
Okay, so what's up? Does Max have any like family? Like, what about his mom or dad or any siblings?
I assume they're dead like everybody else in his life.
There I was, trying to give the Heimlich maneuver to a man 3 times my size, when I hadn't realized he had actually died by a suicide. That wasn't food stuck in his mouth; it was his brains. Jesus.
Max, what? Wait, Max, you didn't know he was dead?
No,
I should have
was not.
known from the pool of blood and viscera on the on the tile that was slowly pooling under my feet.
My
But
parents,
things just didn't click. I thought I could save him.
my things didn't. That's actually really fucked up because that's actually like what real kids go through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, there's like a thing I was reading where this guy's like walked in on my dad after he shot himself. Tried to give him CPR and saw something was in his mouth. I pulled it out of his mouth and I didn't realize at the time it was his brain matter. Fucking God. Yeah.
Jesus.
Reddit is so much fun. You want to know what's like disappointing about Reddit though?
What's that?
Is that I used to watch these YouTube videos which are like Reddit threads, narrated, you know? And the problem is that literally, dude, there's no more good Reddit threads. It's like every time you watch one of those videos, it's like they already did all the famous Reddit threads. So now,
It's like,
well, what I hate is when people will post about like, this is one of my least favorite things on Reddit, is people will be like, what's the most traumatizing thing that ever happened to you in high school? What's the most traumatizing thing that ever happened to you as like a kid? What's the most trauma? And it's like, there'll be like actual things like when I was in high school, I saw a cheerleader get hit by a car by a drunk driver on her way home from school and she died in front of everyone, you know, and it's like, okay, that makes sense. And it's like, when I was in high school, there was a kid that literally everyone bullied and he said he was going to go home and kill himself and then he did and then nobody fucking cared about it, you know, and it's like, that's awful, you know. And then there'll be like people who's like, when I was in high school, I went to a party where a bunch of people wanted me to take photographs of them having bareback sex. And I'm like, that didn't happen. They're just fetish. No, people will just fetish post. I swear, there was one I saw where this guy was literally trying to be like, yeah, I went to this party and they wanted me to take pictures of them all having sex and I was so traumatized by it. I'm like, that didn't fucking happen. You're just fetish posting.
Hey, it's the Eggman here, taking pictures of everybody else having
Hey,
sex.
what's up, everybody? It's the Eggman here, and I'm taking pictures of everyone else having sex but me because I don't have a penis.
Love you, Eggman.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyway, you guys are talking about
why I
my...
don't go on Reddit, because it's just a bunch of fucking bad people acting like assholes.
I remember, what was it? I got banned off of Reddit for mentioning that I mentioned that black supremacist thing I found in For Honor, where they made a black character who is Egyptian, and he's the only character in the entire game that can't be turned white, but every other character could be turned black. And I pointed that out on Ubisoft's like Reddit page, and they banned me from Reddit for harassment. And I'm like, how the fuck am I harassing anyone?
And then you never went back.
No, I mean, like, what's the fucking point? Dude, you couldn't say anything on Reddit. Like, literally, you couldn't... It's like the only group that I ever liked posting on was Lies of P. And then eventually Lies of P just got taken over by...
Yeah,
it's
Lies
like,
of P got co-opted too. Well, it's the same thing with fucking Wikipedia. Like, all these people go in and just
not
take
even
it
just
over
co-opted.
themselves. It's like, we control the information. We control
people
it.
will
You're
start,
all wrong.
People will start talking about game... Like, okay, like, I'll call this the Apex Legend phenomenon, right? Where people will start talking about games, and they're not actually talking about the game like you and I are talking about the game. They talk in the game using like weird coded language, right? So it'll be like, oh, Apex Legends or something, and it's like, oh man, I got a 3.5 ABP fire starter, dude. oh no, that's nothing left of the Thunderbolt. You know what? I'm just gonna fucking lose because RNG screwed me. If I had a P9X fucking explosive bow, I probably would have been able to do like 10 DPS per match easy. And it's like, what are you guys talking about? Like, you just like use use language and that's what the Lies of P server became, where they're like, oh yeah, Covenant Greatsword CS plus ROFA with a strat of 9.5 dex, and I'm like, what is this, a fucking algebra equation? Like, just like, it's like, I don't like it when people sit there and they talk about games, but they don't actually talk about it. They just like talk in weird, like cryptic coded language, and that was like the Dark Tide. Like, I tried to go in and talk about Warhammer Dark Tide with people on the Reddit page, and it was literally just everybody talking in weird coded language about their builds. And I'm like, what do you guys think of the fact that... Yeah, that's what it's called, metagaming. Like, it's everyone metagaming, and then you go and you actually try to talk with people about the game, and they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, I was just thinking about the war. Like, what's the war and this stuff and this and Dark Tide? And they're like, well, like, people don't even know. Like, they don't fucking care about the war. They don't care about the authenticity of the game. Yeah, Dark Tide was really crazy because I went onto the Reddit page and I remember I posted, I'm like, it's kind of bullshit that this game like is missing all these features that they promised the game would release with, and then when it's like they haven't updated their website in over a year and a half and have been radio silent on their Twitter for over 12 months, and everyone's just like,
Games Workshop got their money, and
but then like
go get fucked.
Everyone's just like, why do you care, bro? I mean, why do I care? You
what
guys
the
should
fuck
care.
do you mean? Why do you care?
Yeah, like they're like, dude, if
People
you don't like the
paid for this fucking thing.
Or if you don't like it, bro, don't play it. I'm like, no, what I'm saying is you guys are getting fucked over. Not just me, it's all of us. Like, do you not care? Do you not care that it's like they've been so conditioned to having a horrible fucking gaming experience. They just play slop. They eat the fucking slop.
That's why people keep saying, like, we grew up fucking spoiled with the...
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, just look at what we're talking about now. We got to go through our entire childhood growing up with Max Payne. Then when we were teenagers, we got fucking Max Payne 3. And that game was the goriest, most violent fucking thing in the world, and it was awesome.
Max Payne 3 rocks. Okay, so
Max Payne 3 is awesome.
That'll be we're kind of blowing through this stuff. I don't mind tonight if this is a little bit shorter of
No, like
this is our first
while.
This is our first episode of the new year, so there's no reason to sit here and like try to
we're just kind of going over stuff we enjoy about Max Payne, and it's like, obviously,
you're gonna get to it.
If I wanted to, I could go for a full like plot breakdown, but I know that's not what we want to do here. It's I love Max Payne to death.
Okay, Max Payne 3. So this is the one I have familiarity with,
the most expertise with.
I really like Max Payne 3. However, I do have some qualms, I suppose, with the game. Like some of the stuff in the game, it's like, okay, so there is a couple fundamental things to me where people, for whatever reason, and I'm not saying you do this, people are very pretentious when talking about Max Payne 3. The creators were kind of pretentious. I like that it's in Brazil. Like, that's cool. The whole Ufe Bope parallel, that's cool. I mean, I think the Bope are awesome. I think one of the biggest missteps, though, is having the game where 90% of the dialogue is spoken in Portuguese. I feel like that makes it, because it's like the levels where you're fighting people that speak English is way better, because when you're fighting them, you actually hear them say stuff like "fuck you" and "move" and "we gotta get this fucking guy," right? Like, that adds to the ambiance. But when it's just like, every other level you're fighting people that speak Portuguese and they're like, "oh, macaco filha de punta," and like that's all you hear. It's like, it's not, I don't know, like it's just not as engaging to me. It makes everything kind of feel samey. Like in Max Payne 1,
I don't know.
well, I mean, I'm
I
not
don't know.
saying I don't, I'm not
It's
saying,
supposed to kind of like it's supposed to sort of like cement the fact that Max is a stranger in a strange land to kind of ape the cliche.
I get
Because
that.
like Max Payne has like it's been Hong Kong action mixed with film noir, but it's also kind of like it's a western. It's a cowboy movie.
Yeah.
It's the gunslinger goes on the revenge quest to kill the people who killed
Yes,
his people.
I agree.
And that's
But
sort of like Max Payne and Max Payne 3 is like sort of like what if that gunslinger went down to Mexico, except
I
deeper and more
like, yeah, into
syllable
advanced
laden.
Mexico, as we call Brazil in America,
Advanced Mexico.
Advanced Mexico.
Max, we need you. We need you. We need you to take
all
care of the
my,
Hispanic problem. What, the
dude,
Mexicans? No, the Uber Mexicans.
the Uber. No, I referred to all the Brazilians I worked with. I referred to Portuguese as advanced Spanish, and they all really thought that was very funny. I was like, "You guys over there speaking advanced Spanish?" They're like, "Hey, you know, you're actually not wrong. It kind of is advanced Spanish, man. I mean, essentially, it's just Spanish with,
It's Spanish with extra steps.
it really is. Okay, but no, I'm. This is what I'm saying is the man out of his element in a world he can't understand. I get that. That's what I mean by a little pretentious, because it's like you could have at least thrown
Well, it's
in
like-
some subtitles.
I don't really think it's just the element that he's out of his element. I think it's the fact that it's not only showing you how different Brazil is, but it kind of shows you that the seedier parts and the problems with like fucking crack squads and gangsters, it's actually very similar to New York.
Yeah.
In a fucked up kind of way. So I don't think it's just trying to say, oh, white guy in Brazil. No, it's trying to show you, hey, he's like completely in a place that is foreign and alien to him.
Yeah.
But the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Okay, but I'm not talking about the context of the character being what I'm saying is not having subtitles so you could understand the Portuguese dialogue is pretentious. I think it is. Like Sleeping Dogs didn't do that. And you're Wei Shin, an American, going back to China after 30 years. Like, you know.
Yeah, but Wei Shen speaks Chinese.
Okay, but like, let's say you didn't. Then it's like, would the game be more engaging if you couldn't understand any of the characters speaking Cantonese? You know, I think it'd be less.
I'm not trying to understand people. I'm trying to shoot them.
Okay, fair point. Fair point. But what I'm just getting
when somebody yells like a bunch of phrases that all sound like I don't care what they're saying. I know they're angry.
Okay, yeah, but I think in Max Payne, it's like I honestly kind of had a hard time following the story. Like, not joking, and I'm not trying to take down your baby. All right, I'm not trying to get personal. I'm just saying I personally kind of had a hard time following along with a lot of what was going on because the characters were speaking Portuguese, and I don't understand Portuguese.
Not in the cutscenes where they interact with Max. If anything,
yeah, but it's like there's so. But
where they interact with Max, they explain everything.
But okay, but I'm saying in the gameplay, you hear tons of fucking dialogue from all these different, enemies you're fighting and all these characters, and I kind of feel a little bitter that I can't understand it. And it's like look, if you don't want to have, let's say the game is like that and the subtitles are not there, right? I would like there to be an option in the menu to where you can turn the subtitles on so you can actually, because if you're hearing impaired and you speak Portuguese, there's no you know what I mean? It's like, imagine if you're somebody from Brazil that speaks Portuguese, but you're hearing impaired. And so then you play Max Payne 3 and it's just
the subtitles actually offer a Portuguese option.
I don't think they do. I don't think there's any,
well, this could be one of those situations where neither of us have checked, but there is one.
I swear I've looked before and I don't think there is. I know that there's a subtitles option, but I don't think there's an option to where you can actually hear or translate what the characters in Portuguese are saying. And it makes me feel a little bitter because there's all this dialogue that I'm listening to that I can't understand. And I kind of feel like, man, it's almost like you literally have to speak Portuguese to get a lot out of this, because I kind of, in Max Payne 1, as I've seen through gameplay, you hear the gangsters talk. You hear them saying things like, yeah, this fucking Max Payne guy is some kind of suicide cop with a fucking death wish, And then by the end of the game, they're like, look, Max Payne's coming. Everyone needs to get ready. We got to fucking stop this guy. It's us or not, right? And it builds up, it's like overhearing the conversations in Spec Ops The Line and overhearing the characters going, I need a fucking sit rep. Who is this fucking guy? Shoot him, right? And in Max Payne 3, other than the levels where you're in New York fighting the mobsters, as an English speaker that doesn't speak Portuguese, you can't understand what the characters are saying, and that really is, to me, I think it kind of spoils my experience a little bit, and I mean that's not me trying to say that
important Portuguese dialogue is subtitled. I remember it being.
I don't remember
anything that you need to hear.
I will say, if I replay the game and I find, I can't, what the fuck do they call that when it's subtitles that play in the game? It's like action dialogue or something. I can't remember. There's a name for it. I can't remember what it's called. It's like because you could have the subtitles in Left 4 Dead where you literally see all the characters be like, reloading, pills here. Oh man, I found this thing. I can't remember.
It's probably like interactive dialogue or something.
Is it interactive or contextual dialogue or something? I'm just saying, like, without having subtitles and not being able to understand a lot of what the characters say, I do find it a little frustrating. And that's really like, honestly, like,
because I've never had an issue following along with Max Payne 3's story, and so I'm trying to figure out how to come at it from the angle you're coming from.
I have this. I truly do have a hard time. I mean, I'm better at it than I used to be. I had a really hard time with like narrative comprehension. Like, dude, it took me like halfway through Blood Meridian before I realized what year the book was set in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I am not good.
Kind of one of those stories that's nebulous enough, though, where you can just say, pick a cowboy time period, and you're probably not wrong.
Yeah, it was just I was just using it as an example. I have, like, even Spec Ops. Like, when I first played Spec Ops The Line, I didn't fucking understand it at all until, like, my second playthrough. And then I was like, oh, like, because, like, I didn't understand any of the stuff with the CIA, who the fuck Riggs was. Like, I didn't get any of that shit. I didn't understand any of it. Like, I was very lost. And I feel like with Max Payne 3, I got really confused with the story, and maybe it's just me, but I felt like the Portuguese kind of made it a little bit more confusing. I think it would have been nice to have had more dialogue I could have understand. And honestly, if that's my biggest,
Brazilians, it would have rather had more Americans.
Okay. I don't hate Brazilians, but I do think that I replay the levels. I replay the levels in New York more than any other level. That's for sure. It's like,
just because you shoot a bunch of Guidos.
No, it's just because it's just like I understand it. It feels more like it's like I can just comprehend the setting and the context and all the characters and their motivations more. I feel like
American.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Fred. But I feel like that's probably if that's my only really big gripe with Max Payne 3. I mean, that's nothing, but that is an issue.
I wouldn't really call that a gripe. That's more of a pet peeve.
I feel like I'm not the only one that feels that way, though. I think I'm pretty sure, and I can't remember where I've heard it, but I know for a fact I've seen a couple videos and read online where people have mentioned that. And then the other issue I had with it, which have you ever seen the YouTuber Your Favorite Son?
And I can't remember if he's one of the ones who pissed me off or not.
He's got some pretty good videos. He's got some pretty good videos, but he has one on Max Payne 3. And his takeaway from the ending of Max Payne 3 is very pretentious. And it reminds me of how White Light used to fucking make videos a little bit. So I actually do have one gameplay gripe with Max Payne 3, which is and don't call me a bunch of mean names and say, oh, I'm just a fucking piece of shit that sucks.
Well, you've only been shitting on Max Payne 3 right in front of me this whole
Well,
time.
because I figured I would just bring, because there's only a few bad things to mention that I think are bad. So I figured we do that and then we focus on all the positives. I think the ending part where that song plays, right?
Not gonna
The game. Oh yeah, I hate the song. No, the song's awesome. Fucking, it's cool song. But Rockstar had good fucking music back then. The song plays, and what I was hoping was, yeah, right. What I was hoping in that scene was, it would give you a moment to where, so it's like in the beginning of the game, you're fighting a bunch of goons that are wearing shirts with fucking bandanas over their face, right? And then as you go through the game, you're eventually fighting dudes in full fucking body armor that are like bulletproof.
Which
and if you don't get headshots, they can take
1 and 2.
like. But in that scene where that song starts playing when you're going, I was really hoping that a bunch of fucking goons would come out wearing shirts, and it would give Max this moment to just fucking cut people down. Like, you ever play that game, My Friend, or is it called My Friend Pedro?
Which one is that?
It's the game where the banana. It's the game where the banana like tells. It's like kind of like a Dishwasher Dead Samurai. It's like a platforming game with a gun kata, and through the whole game, you go through all these different obstacle courses. Well, and the very last level of the game, before the final fight, they give you a hallway with a bunch of doors, and they filter out like 30 fucking. It is the most amount of enemies that ever come out to fight you in the game, and it's your moment.
It's a big upper area and a big lower area.
And they give you a moment where you can go absolutely fucking off the rails shooting 30 fucking dudes, and it's like your old boy hallway moment where you're like, I just fucking walked through 30 dudes like fucking paper. I'm ready to go. And I thought that's what Max Payne 3 was going to do, but no, that song plays, and if you want to do it, I mean, maybe you're like a fucking golden god of Max Payne. I mean, you are better at video games than I am, but I felt like that entire fight, I had to stick to cover, and I was taking pot shots, and I was shooting dudes in the ankle so I could pop them in the head when they fell down, and I was kiting dudes to run up and it felt like I had to cheese the fucking game to get past that point because it was so difficult, and it kind of undercuts the song a little bit because it's really like
hard part.
Yeah, but I wish that I don't. It's not that I mind it being hard. It's just I personally felt like, because I went into it initially like, oh yeah, I'm gonna jump in and fucking do some cool slow motion shit and jump around and kill. Oh, you're dead. Oh, you're dead. And after about the sixth or seventh or eighth,
that's the issue that everybody complains about with Max Payne 3 anyway. It is a very heavy game, whereas Max Payne 1 was kind of sort of that sweet spot where they're just getting their feet wet, but they kind of got the general idea down. They want slow motion. They want shoot dodging. That's what they want. But then in Max Payne 2, they add like the tiered slow motion, so the more you kill, the slower time goes and the more damage you do. And that's like when the game was like at its fastest. You could literally clear a whole room of guys, and if you had topped out like slow motion, you could kill an entire room before your shells have hit the ground. Like that's how quick like Max is like moving in Max Payne 2. But then they take that game and they take an incredibly light and limber system and they put you in the body of a fat middle-aged guy who obviously drinks too much. And that's what they built the game around. A heavy fat dude who drinks way too fucking much who still can jump around like the best of them.
I just feel like that ending battle is, for lack of a more
get stuck
certain
behind
term.
cover, like I do admit, like it does suck to get pinned down like at the luggage cart at the start of the fucking like level.
Yeah. And then you're sitting there and you're playing fucking Pop Shot, and you got this badass song playing that's telling you, no, you need to run forward and fucking dual wield and kill people and do up close fucking. And it's like, no, you need to stand back behind this fucking baggage carrier and fucking pot shot these dudes with sharpshooting from fucking halfway across the map. And it kind of just makes the song feel like, maybe you should have put this song in a section where a bunch of dudes in shirts come out and I kill all of them, and then have me play the super hard part. It just felt like the pacing was off. And
I mean,
the reason I bring
really depends on how you want to play that section, because like I don't know.
I mean, I wanted to play it like a badass, but I kept getting fucking killed, and I was like, okay, well, I don't think the game wants me to do that. The song is telling me to do it, but the gameplay wants me to take cover, use the cover system, use my shots, aim. Like don't sit there and waste your ammo like a badass. Like take
Max
appropriate.
Payne 3, it's not really a game that you can stand out in the open anyway. Like I
No,
said,
it's
heavier.
not.
It's more like it's more considered gameplay. You can still jump around and stuff, and you can still use slow motion. But in Max Payne 3, you definitely have to pick your moment.
What I wanted, I guess, this is a good metaphor to use. I wanted my Logan moment. Have you seen that movie Logan?
No, still haven't gotten around to it.
Okay, well, here's a spoiler. At the end of the whole movie, he's like an old guy. Logan's old. He's fat. He's heavy. He's fucking dying. Whatever. It's like Wolverine's old, right? And at the end of the movie, he's in a situation where he's got to stop a bunch of dudes. So he gets pumped up on essentially like steroids that'll give him like energy. And for one scene, he goes back to prime Wolverine. And you get to watch Logan for his last time go as hard as he could when he was a young man and fuck up a bunch of dudes like a complete badass. And it's like for a limited amount of time, because then, after that it wears off and then he's back to being, weak Logan. Yeah. But it's the coolest fucking scene in the movie because you get it. It's like every dog, I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. Every old dog still has a bite. Every dog has as his day. Every old dog still's got one last good bite left in them. And I was wanting Max Payne 3 to give me that Logan moment, and it just didn't. And it was just, I think, honestly, I think it was a bit of an...
I mean, Jack, fuck.
Fucking faggot. I think the thing is the game, I feel like, honestly, that whole thing was a bit of a developer oversight. And it was just something maybe that's how they wanted it. Maybe it just feels strange. It feels like there's a bit of like a ludonarrative dissonance with that scene in particular.
I mean, that just depends. Does everybody get stuck behind that baggage carrier, or are people better at the game than I am?
Well, that's what I was going to bring up at the whole beginning of this. It's one of those
things that varies from person to person, and it really just depends on what you're like sort of... Like it just depends on like what you were focusing on in that moment instead of like rather the moment like coalescing into something, if that makes sense.
Well, I suppose it is. I mean, as I said, every gameplay is unique to everyone. There's no right or wrong way to really play a game. That's the old to be or not to be gamer question. No, that's like the oldest. That's the oldest fucking argument in the video game. Can you play a game wrong? But I brought this up because your favorite son, pretty sure is a YouTuber, he did a retrospective on Max Payne, and he got to the scene, and his takeaway was, here I was, Max Payne, fighting a bunch of people, having to save the day, and I wanted to run forward. I wanted to run in with both my guns out. I wanted to shoot all of them. I wanted to dip, duck, and dive and dodge and use bullets or bullet time and all this, but I couldn't. I had to stay behind cover. I had to mind my anger. I had to pick my shots. I had to do it professionally. And it shows that Max has grown. He's no longer who he was, but he is a new man who's focused. He's ready. He's not out on a kill crazy rampage. He's out on a mission for something other than himself. And I'm like, okay, buddy. I don't.
If you think about it, that's what he does in all the other games too. He's not fighting for himself. He's fighting to avenge
the whole the reason the gameplay slows down to a crawl and you got to stick to cover.
Death of the author. People can take away from video games whatever they want. Like I get you have a pet peeve about people looking way too into things, but it's like at some point it's like, yeah, good that you got something out of it, buddy. But it's like, really, really.
I don't think it's
fucking wall, and this is character development.
this is emergent gameplay with it's like you see Max isn't actually
look everyone, I'm a pussy. I'm hiding.
That's the thing though, is like I think character development would have been let Max have his final moment where he can be back to his old self and do a bunch of fucking crazy shit one last time. But his idea of character development is let's rely on and I think another reason why I'm upset with the whole cover system is because every fucking game that had come out around then had a fucking cover system, Fred. It was like Gears of War, Spec Ops. What's that one game, Binary?
That's not really something.
No. Like, come on, go with me on this. I'm not trying to argue. I'm saying
no. I know, but it's like it's an antiquated thing from the time period.
But that's what I mean. Is that's why I was kind of like, man, when I play Max Payne, I kind of want to, I want to play Stranglehold. I guess like I want to run in and do a bunch of fucking crazy shit with two guns in each hand, and it was kind of disappointing to get to the ending of Max Payne 3, and then it's like it feels the least like a Max Payne game at that point. It feels like
I guess I'm the only dickhead who even bothered to enjoy the scene.
No, I mean I'm not saying
a retard who just grabbed a big machine gun and just like trust us now.
I mean that's a good song. Like I like the song, and I'm not saying that the game. I mean, trying to say like, look, like this is not a situation where.
I'm not trying to rag on you, but it feels like you're trying to tell yourself you hate it.
No, I'm not telling myself I hate it. I'm not going to sit there and glaze something because yes, Max Payne 3 is an amazing game. It's fucking 10 times better than pretty much anything else that comes out. I think it's got better shooting than GTA 5. I think that the thing is I'd say it's better than Red Dead 2, but Red Dead 2 has semi-automatic weapons, so you can't really compare. You know what I mean? Like it has single shot.
There's so much technicality that goes into Red Dead 2. Like the
and
fact
that said, a lot of it is
trigger, you hold the chamber
single action. Yeah, that's not Max Payne 3 isn't like that, so it's kind of hard to compare those. But
like a good dream
it
game
has
would be a combination between Red Dead 2 and Max Payne 3, but they probably deleted both engines that made that gameplay.
Wait, what'd you just say? Repeat that thought?
I said like the dream idea is having both Red Dead 2 and Max Payne 3 gameplay together, but they probably deleted both engines that even have that gameplay.
Yeah, genuinely.
You know how development studios like to build their fucking engines from the ground
I just think
every
that
single goddamn time.
Making the final battle of a Max Payne trilogy where it's like this is the final game with this motherfucker in it, and having it be you got to stick to cover, you got to keep your head down, you got to find your shots, you got to. It just did not. It felt not like Max Payne. It felt like a different game.
Like the final shootout to me is when you're fighting Becker.
Yeah, no, you fight. No. That's the final battle leading up to where you gotta shoot the grenade out of the correct? You got to shoot the grenade out of the air, right?
So the health scene, the airport scene, that's before you get on the train that leads out to the hangar to fight Becker with the grenade launcher.
Yeah, and
because
I remember that scene was
remember
cool,
this because
but
it's three tiers of Max. It's Max with a tie and a nice shirt. Then it turns into Max with a messed up tie and a messed up shirt, and then it's just Max Payne, no tie, shirt sleeve torn completely off, looking like a bad motherfucker.
yeah. No, and
going on a diatribe about capitalism like a real
I do
man,
remember when
a fucking American.
when I got to that point where I shot the grenade that killed the guy, I was like, oh, I just beat the game. I was like, oh, okay. I thought there was going to be more. It felt like there was more to that. Do you think Max Payne dealt with cut content? Probably. Are there any moments in the game you would say where it felt like there was
supposed through enough development hell that it had to have?
Oh my god, yeah. They like completely redesigned Max's character after people they had a Sonic the Hedgehog moment.
People forget about Max Payne 3, but they nearly did not have James McCaffrey back as Max. Like that was a last minute decision
I also
to get James
know
McCaffrey.
They came up with they had like an entire build of the game where it was like Sonic the Hedgehog before Sonic the Hedgehog, where people were inordinately butthurt with Max's design, and they actually made him slimmer than he was. Like they slimmed his Max Payne is still kind of heavy set, but originally he was a lot fatter. And
yeah, he was. It's
like they just had like a
Well,
they changed all that though.
Look, like this was the worst thing they could have done to themselves. The first initial look people got of Max Payne was him with the beard, the shaved head, and the wife beater. Where it's like that
exactly.
That
And people are like, "What the
come
fuck?"
out until the midpoint of the game, and people immediately said like what everybody thought, which was, "That's not fucking Max Payne. Why does Max look like that?"
Yeah, and Kane and Lynch had just come out too, so a lot of people were drawing parallels to that, you know.
Kane and Lynch had just come out. Meanwhile, you had Hitman Absolution, which came out around the same time period.
Yeah.
Which was gritty, grungy.
Yeah, Splinter Cell, which once again, Hitman Absolution cover system, Splinter Cell Conviction cover system. I just think
Conviction actually had a really cool concept of cover. They kind of carried over the Rainbow Six Vegas cover system.
Yeah. Also, Deus Ex, Human Revolution that had a cover system.
Yeah, Human Revolution.
A lot of games.
God, I
a lot of games back then in the early 2010s, man.
Oh yeah,
it's not.
Well, it's like
that. I actually went back and replayed
it. What's easier to make into a shooting system than a shooting gallery where you pop up and pop targets?
The problem with Human Revolution
for
is
whatever reason, though, I kind of appreciate your ability to be more negative with shit because I just don't have that bone in me. I just use everything as a positive experience.
It's not even that I'm trying to be. It's not even that I'm trying. I'm not trying to be.
You're willing to be
negative. I'm just trying to be
more
honest.
Critical. Meanwhile, I'll be critical, but I'll still try to put a positive spin on it.
But I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be cynical. I'm just trying to be honest about
I didn't say
how
cynical.
I feel, and sometimes. Well, I know, but I'm trying to just let everyone know that I'm not trying to be cynical. I'm just willing to be more honest, and I'm not sitting there and it's like I've always said this. Just because I don't like something,
people blowing video games, and you're trying not to do that.
Yeah, and just because I don't like something doesn't mean it's bad.
And just blow a bad, completely fillet a bad mechanic in a video game if they could add enough fucking waffle to it. Like if they can get enough syllables out of talking about one thing in a game, they'll just do it until you're nauseated.
That's why I brought up the Your Favorite Son video, because instead of just admitting, well, they kind of overly relied on the cover system towards the end of the game, and the game just wasn't balanced for the traditional Max Payne gameplay. Instead of just accepting it probably for what it was, which is a maybe a developer oversight, and they were just like, "Fuck it, it's fine."
I mean,
He
I'm
like
happy that he
read
got
into it like it was like this
whatever he was
cryptic-
looking for out of it, but like, don't try to spin
I just don't think.
like
I just
you being careful in a video game as Max being careful. Like you can take it, you can like headcanon that like as your takeaway, but it's not. It's not the be all end all, which I think is where your issue comes from. They try to explain it.
I'm gonna say this.
This is Max in this moment. No other way could he have played this scene.
And I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to be this guy, but I highly doubt that's what he thought when he was playing that scene. That's just a little too.
Yeah,
that's a little too.
What he probably thought it was. Shoot! Oh fuck! Jeez, fuck! Shoot! Shoot! Ah! Oh, jeez, fuck!
Fuck! I'm stuck in fucking cover. God damn it! I got to shoot this fucking guy. Man, I really wish I could just run up there and shoot all these fucking guys.
Like Max, as he's getting shot at, he's like taking down names of different briefcases that have stopped a bullet for him. I gotta get back to the States and find one of these.
Yeah, that's the deal. Is I said like but you know there are plenty of positives about Max Payne 3. Let's start hitting up with the positives.
All is incredible.
Story is great. I think there's not really any issues. There's a couple of moments
places you go in Max Payne 3.
Yeah. All the locations are cool. All the levels are memorable. There's only like a couple sections throughout the game that I don't like the boat chase section. I just cut that out. You could cut out the boat chase section or whatever.
I like the boat chase, but I do agree. Like that is one part of the game where it's kind of like, like in narrative it makes sense, but it does kind of feel pointless because all it sets up is Max pissed off the gangbangers trying to save Fabianca. Well, we're back to square one.
well, what I don't understand, what I don't get is like the engine gets destroyed and Passos is like, hold on, let me go back here and like tighten the engine with my hands for a little bit. Okay, I got it working.
Let me do my Colombian magic. Oh wait, you're not supposed to think I'm Colombian yet. I'm Brazilian.
Yo, Max, let me do my Brazilian magic.
I do see where you're coming from with the whole like, I don't like that, like some things are just not subtitled. But it's like I do enjoy that if you're paying attention, like it's obvious that Passos is not Brazilian and the only one who doesn't see it is Max. Because he doesn't know the difference between a Colombian and a Brazilian.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was. I didn't know he was
they're
Colombian.
Hispanic enough. They're kind of similar.
What does Colombian have to? Does that change anything in the story? I don't even understand what that has to do with anything.
Passos,
I'm serious. Like, what
his
is
cover story
Colombian?
is that he lives in Brazil with his Brazilian family. Passos is
okay. Well, you could be from Colombia and
yeah. So essentially, his whole reason for getting like his whole reason for going and finding Max Payne is a complete and total fabrication. Because the thing that happens in Panama, they were trying to frame Max basically as this drunkard who let everybody die while they were off laundering money. But the problem was Max survived, and he found Passos and Marcelo running money across the border. And he's like, hey, we gotta go find all the people on the boat and help them. And like, meanwhile, Passos goes back because he's like, fuck it, I'll help get all these people out of jail, not knowing that a Panamanian death squad executed everybody. Passos did not know that everybody on that boat was gonna die.
I completely misread that. I thought what it was is that they had all of those people killed so they could harvest their organs.
No, actually.
I thought Passos was actually... I completely did not get... I thought Passos was complicit. I thought Marcelo and Passos were complicit in everyone getting executed on the boat.
So Passos and Marcelo were running drugs and money out of the yacht. I don't think that Marcelo was part of the organ trade. He wasn't part of that at all. I don't think it was. I don't know. Like I don't think Panama had to do with the organ trade, because the organ trade all goes out of that dilapidated hotel that was decommissioned, remember?
Yeah. Yeah. I just
And
thought that was like the
Ufe
big
kidnaps
twist.
a bunch of people from the favelas and brings all of them there and basically harvests their organs and cremates the bodies. Panama, I don't think, was part of the organ trade. Panama was just specifically Marcelo laundering money for Victor,
Mm.
which obviously
Okay.
Panamanian like commandos got wind, and they're like, well, let's fuck over these Brazilians and steal their money.
Okay. Best let's go over some more stuff that because that's what I mean by I was confused with the story. Like I still didn't
Dude,
quite
like,
understand that
I
until
know
you
the
just
story
explained
front
it.
to back. I've played it so many fucking times.
Okay,
like I have
one of the other
a
issues
overamped comprehension of the story.
one of the other issues I have is that guy that kills Fabiana in front of Max.
Oh,
I
Serrano.
I understand the whole poetic justice thing. I would not have let him fucking walk.
No, yeah, like I wish the game gave me the option to put a fucking bullet in him. Like that guy was way too cruel.
There's
for
no
Max
way.
to
I
be
don't
like,
care
oh,
what. I don't care.
I guess all your people getting tortured and organ harvested was a good comeuppance. I mean, it was. Max should still have
but they're still
want
alive.
and the need to fucking shoot that bastard.
It should have been that Max watched Serrano kill that guy, and then Max put a gun in his head and was just like, bye, and fucking blew his brains out. Because the difference between, oh yeah, Serrano was tortured and had his organs harvested. Yeah, but he's still alive. He pistol executed Fabiana, who literally did nothing. It's like, he literally
you
pistol
see,
executed
like all the commandos
for no
evil,
reason.
but the gang members in the favela who also do bad shit, they're just misunderstood.
That's why he
I do
brutally
love that,
pistol
but
executed
I do love
an
how, like,
innocent
they
woman.
still pulled back on the range. Just like, no. The gangbangers are actually like disenfranchised youths who are going through it right now. And I'm like, a kidnapping attempt as well as a kidnapping success. They shot a woman in the head. Not only like sent numerous people off to kill Max on several occasions. They're not good people.
No, I'm sorry, but
literally Max goes down to the favela just to look for Fabiana, and obviously fucking narcos do as narcos do, and they find him at the block party, and instead of being like, hey, who's this fucking gringo, they immediately put a gun up to his head, rob him, and like fucking bust him over the back of the head and throw him in a sewer grate.
And then like Max the entire time is just like, oh, I should, you know what? It's totally okay because you know I'm actually the bad guy here. No, it's fine. They robbed me and pistol whipped me. I'm some fucking.
They looked me in the eyes, and I understood from that moment forward my privilege, my white privilege, was never going to earn me any friends here.
Okay, hold on. Your voice keeps lagging out. There's like lag going on or something.
Oh, I don't know why.
I'm gonna leave the. No. If I leave the call and rejoin, connected.
What was that,
Fred?
Hello?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. If I leave the call and rejoin, will it keep me connected?
Yeah, it should. Like pretty much. I just got it set to pick up the audio on Discord.
All right. I'll be right back.
All right.
Sorry, there was lag. It was like your voice kept going laggy, and I just wanted to make sure I could fix. It's probably just needed a refresh, is what you know. Yeah, no, I would not have let Serrano walk out of there. I don't give a fuck.
That's the
I don't give a fuck what Serrano was put through.
At least give me the fucking choice.
Like, I understand not killing the guy at the end and letting him suffer until he dies of his own wound. I never shot that guy. At the end of the game, the dude that's like got his arms and legs blown off, the Ufe commander. Oh, I've just let him die. I just let him die of his own wound. I've never shot him anytime I played that game.
Because he's such a fucking
that's what I'm saying. And I think
he's
that
comically evil.
I think that they should have. I think they should have maybe like had a similar thing with Serrano, where you can either choose to let him, like give you a couple moments where you can choose to let. There are a couple other issues. Let's just.
I saw Serrano in that moment, and I had to decide whether I was going to let him live or harvest his organs like the rest.
I'm going to harvest his organs and then eat them. He'd have done the same thing to me.
Going to chop up his heart.
I'm going to get a new
fajita meat.
liver from this guy. I'm going to get a new liver so that way I can keep drinking.
Okay, so yeah, the other gameplay problem I think I had was the part where you do like the weird shoot dodge thing. It's like you grab onto a rope and you fly into the air and shoot a bunch of people. Those are weird because there's like one where you know those guys that rob you in the favela.
Yeah, you're talking about
later on
in the whorehouse.
No, the guys before that. The dudes that Max is like, oh, these fucking the dudes that rob you at the block party. Right, you come across them later on. And when you confront them, you grab like a rope and you swing into the air and you shoot down at them, right? Well, there was the one who he's like shirtless and he has like a woman's tattoo on it. He has like a woman's face tattooed on his chest. I purposely didn't kill him because I wanted to kill him in static combat on the ground. But when you land on the ground, he's gone. And I was like, oh, like that's weird. And any of the moments where it's like, you're swinging from a rope or you slide down something, or it's almost like a breach and clear moment from Call of Duty. I don't know. I thought those were
a set piece.
Weird. It's not that I didn't like them. Yeah, I don't know. I thought those were weird. They didn't always play how I thought they would.
I mean, it was definitely a break in the action, and it's obviously there just to give like Max a cool guy moment. Because there's the other one where he's like hiding in the boat and then the people start shooting at the boat and it falls. And then there's the other one where he's on top of the water tower and they shoot at the water tower and it falls. And then there's the one where Max is sliding down the roof and then he falls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of falling.
A lot of fun. Like the way Max was described as a wrecking ball, like in some reviews, is pretty poignant. Like, because he kind of is. Because there's also that one where you're at the stadium and you're trying to ambush the sniper, and you jump on the lights and you swing into the window and fall through and then shoot him to death. Such a fun game.
I also like the game's great. There was that one other part that was weird as fuck though. The quick time event where you fight the guy with the machete. What was up with that?
Oh man, yeah. And then isn't there like one
that part? Come on, you had to admit that part is weird.
It's out of nowhere.
That's the only one.
It's like one of the only parts of the game where there's a quick time event. And you like literally this guy who they built up since the stadium, you kill in one like instance where you get him alone. And then the other guy, you literally get one chance to chat with him, and then Paso shoots him in the head.
Yeah, it felt like that's what I mean when I say I feel like there's cut content.
You sick fuck, you're turning people into glue. And then bang, he's dead.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say like I feel like there maybe was some cut content and maybe a couple boss battles that weren't put into the game or something.
Like, things that could have been worked on better. The only thing like honestly like the only thing that I kind of appreciate is how kind of cohesive the game is, even though there are obvious problems. Because James McCaffrey, like, without his monologue
Yeah.
throughout the entire game, that game would be a fucking mess.
What was it like?
At
It was
least
like
we know what
Baghdad with
Max is thinking
Chiefs.
throughout the game.
Wait, did you just say monologue?
Monologue.
Did you just say monologue, Fred?
Monologue Payne.
Did you just say monologue? Well, how about this? Okay, hold on. Wait, shut up. Stop fucking spoiling it. Okay. I pulled the trigger like I was skipping dialogue. Whatever track. Fuck. I pulled the trigger like I was skipping dialogue. Whatever tragic backstory he had, I wasn't pressing X to hear it.
The grip of the pistol felt like shredded cheese.
Okay.
Every time I squeezed, it came through my fingertips.
Good, okay. The city felt like a gotcha. No, it's not. I don't know what Max would be doing with string cheese. I don't even think he'd like it. He'd probably just eat the jerky.
People think my jacket is leather. It's actually
Okay.
vinyl. Every time
The
they take
city
a picture, I
felt-
tell them it's leather. Did you know that about vinyl jackets? They look like leather when you shoot them on a camera.
I didn't know that.
That's
cool.
actually.
I didn't even know there was a vinyl
What's funny
jacket.
is about the first the first Mad Max movie. The only person on set who actually had a leather jacket was a bunch of like bikers who happened to be part of an S&M club, and Mel Gibson himself. But all the other actors who didn't own a leather jacket, basically, it's Frank Miller, right? He's the one who directed that movie, right?
Frank Miller is the guy that wrote Sin City.
Oh. Is it Mark Miller? It's something Miller. But regardless,
Hey, man.
but the director of Mad Max actually like went to a bunch of his crew and he's like, okay, you don't have a leather jacket. Do you have a vinyl jacket?
George
Fine.
Miller.
Same difference. It'll show up on screen the same.
Nice. I didn't know that. It was George Miller, by the way.
George Miller.
Okay. What is it? Okay, hold on. Okay. The city felt like a gotcha pull, random, cruel, and statistically rigged against me.
The intonation that Max Payne plays gotcha games.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he gets a bad pull, he pops a painkiller.
This is a good one. He screams something about being the main character. The muzzle flash told him this was actually a side quest.
Okay, that's okay. That's
okay. All right. They called it an open world. To me, it was just a bigger room to bleed in.
It's kind of not gonna lie, that one was lame.
Okay. Okay, how about this? Her neon hair glowed like a cyberpunk trailer. The future always looks better before the release.
It's not even noir. That's just making fun of cyberpunk.
Okay. How about this? This one I think you'll like. Okay. I'd seen enough anime to know where this was going. The difference was, in my world, speeches didn't stop bullets.
There's so much to unpack.
Okay.
Usually when somebody says I've seen enough anime to know where this is going, it's not really dialogue that they're thinking about.
Okay. The boss had 3 phases. I had 1 mood. It wasn't excitement.
What was it?
Oh, this one's a groaner. Okay, last one is a groaner. Life didn't have save points, just checkpoints made of bad decisions and cheap whiskey. The groaner. Ooh.
That one feels like something that a modern millennial writer would write for Max Payne. Oh God! Imagine if they made
Okay.
Max Payne
Now,
every single time he just opened his mouth, it was a video game reference. Oh God!
um, so, um, so that just happened.
I was on the battlefront too.
So like, okay, I guess I do that now.
Nothing will ever penetrate the kingdom of my hearts.
Oh my god.
I'm not a
Looks like
sports
this
fan,
is
but
my
this is maddening.
looks like this is my
That one was
kingdom
good.
come.
Give me a fucking give me credit.
Yeah, it was. Looks like this was thy kingdom come, deliverance too. They want war, I'll give them Warhammer. Space Marine too.
His speed wasn't just Sonic; it was Sonic and Tails. That was terrible.
The situation was crazy. It was Knuckles chaotic.
I've heard of sickle cell. Now time for the splinter cell.
I didn't have much time left. A short half-life.
I wasn't a person. I was persona 2 non grata.
Well,
This wasn't
time
a
to do
true
the
crime
job.
streets of LA.
time to do my job. Time to do my job and answer the Call of Duty 4 Modern
God
Warfare.
damn it, I was just thinking. The Don was an old and craggy old man. It was time to show him the Elder Scroll into oblivion.
That's really bad.
That's terrible.
I saw. After all the bullets had stopped and all I could smell was gunpowder, I looked into the horizon and stared up into the skyward sword.
I had to crack down on all these issues, otherwise I was going to be left for dead.
Oh God, twofer. Crackdown and he said crackdown, like crackdown, and then Left for Dead. Okay. Fuck. Hold on. I got. Oh yeah. It's like after the battle, I felt dazed. I was sitting there dreaming. If I didn't get up, this was going to be my final fantasy.
I clenched the pump action tightly in my hand. The Metal Gear was solid.
Oh God, damn it! That's too good. Fuck. Fuck. Oh. I knew that death was around every corner. If I didn't play this safe, I would be reminded that I was Mortal Kombat. Whatever.
Sorry, I'm just wincing. I'm wincing reflexively. It's not really something I'm controlling. Puns are kind of like rib shots to me. I kind of just roll with them.
Okay, I got another one to cap them all off.
Okay.
Okay. I had been shot. I was hurt. I never felt this way before. This was Max Payne.
There's too many conspiracies going around. I almost feel like I'm left alone in the dark.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, God damn it. That's too fucking good.
Meanwhile, I'm just like secretly, I have a whole pad and pen just put up in front of me, just like just flipping through this. I have all these written down.
You just got your own haven, and we're like, come up with a bunch of fucking references. Like Max. All right. Well, Max Payne 3 is amazing.
Max Payne 3 is amazing.
What is your favorite?
2 is amazing. What's that?
What's your favorite gunfight in Max Payne 3? I know what mine is.
Favorite gunfight in Max Payne 3?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
I know
love
mine.
the shootout at the police station. Like the whole level.
Where you're fighting the
Ufe?
Ufe?
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that part where that fucking dude comes out.
It's like, take me to Becker. he immediately gets brought into interrogation and gets pistol whipped in the ear.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me your heart, you son of a bitch. You
That
hit
part's
me in the
awesome.
ear.
My favorite part, when you're in the office and those dudes show up and you fucking are like, everyone wait here, and then you walk through the door and it goes right into the gameplay mid-jump where you start fighting all those dudes in the office.
That's such a good moment because like legit, it's just like Max just cuts through the door and it's all business.
Mm-hmm.
That level always makes me sad.
So I gotta
not
say
only the receptionist gets killed, but the fucking nerd dude that you're trying to help gets killed.
Oh, that brings me up on the other part. So, the twist at the end, Victor Bronco, right? That's the dude that got both of his brothers killed.
Yeah. So essentially, it's a whole mess of stuff. But basically, Victor was having a really bad political kerfuffle. And he was basically running out of money. He was trying to bolster himself with the organ trade, but realized it wasn't exactly working. So he basically, under the pretense of solving the whole crime in the favelas issue, he basically sent the Ufe down in there to usurp control of the favelas, as well as murdering Rodrigo. Basically allowed him to push it as a whole, oh, this is me doing this for a good cause because my family got killed by these people. Because that's why they fake Marcelo's death.
Yeah.
They execute him execute him gangland style. And essentially, Victor fucks over Rodrigo to try and steal his money. A lot of, and he's also making money off of the organ trade. It's a whole mess.
I don't know what's going on, but we're still having some technical issues, man. I can tell that there's a big delay. It takes a while for you to hear what I say. And no, it's fine. It's just, hey, that's just another reason we might want to cut it short a little bit.
All right, I guess.
But there is one thing I wanted to bring. There's
not yet. It's getting worse.
Well, yeah, I know it's weird. It's like I can tell that there's a delay because I'll say something and then you'll be silent for 10 seconds after I say it, and I know it's because my voice isn't hitting your ears. And then it'll do this thing where you're talking. And it's like, well, anyway, I went there and that's when I found out, and it's like, I don't, you know what I mean? It keeps doing that, and I don't know. It's just annoying. But right. That's just, I don't know what that is. It's probably just my cell. It's probably just my cell tower. So no.
We were having issues earlier because, remember with the thumbnail.
Okay.
The reason why we don't have a thumbnail this time is because, for whatever reason, Discord was having a fucking issue and wouldn't let me download the fucking AI picture that Jack always makes. It was a really good one this time. It was kind of looking like a pro and shit. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get that to work. Otherwise, I'm gonna ask for another AI image.
I'll just make a new one. Okay, one thing I wanted to ask. Did Victor commit suicide? Okay, I had a question though.
Almost say it was gangland execution.
I'd like to think that he just committed suicide.
I mean, it could go either way, honestly, but yeah, like could have been either or.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear me?
Not just now. If you said something.
Oh wow! Yeah, it's like
the
fuck
delay
man.
is really bad.
Fucking...
Like it's taking you forever to respond.
Yeah,
I said, yeah, we better cut this.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing with me because, like, I think you're just being passive aggressive. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is Fred being so passive?
I'll wait for 10 seconds and then you talk. Until you brought it up, I didn't really think anything of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's the same fucking thing. Okay, so we are dealing with it. All right, well, we can cut it. We could probably cut it here. It's a little shorter podcast. Start off the New Year brief, and if we need to, we can always crack this. We could always crack Max Payne. There's nothing that's going to stop us from fucking taking another swing at Max Payne. You know.
We had already decided like, early on that we were going to go back over like Fallout eventually and other stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, other than the JPEG breaking and
Discord,
a couple other fuck ups and whatever. Yeah, I mean, hey, I think it went pretty well. Hey, Happy New Year, Frederick.
Happy New Year, even though we're 12 days deep.
You know, I'd rather be 12 days deep than 12 feet underground. Yeah. All right. Well, are you going to play the outro?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. But without further ado, anybody who...
Oh.
You go first.
Okay. Well, everyone, thank you for showing up to the 11th episode of the Glitch Museum. It was a fun one. It was a fun one. I like this one. Yeah, it was great. Now, Fred, say that thing that you always say.
You can't prove what a court of law couldn't prove, and neither can you. How's that go?
That's what I always say. No, okay.
But how's the court of law? It's like, you can't prove what happened to that family of four, and neither can a court of law.
I'm trying to tell you. The quote is: the court of law can't. The court of law couldn't prove. Fuck. The court of law couldn't prove that I had anything to do with that Korean family, and neither can you.
Oh man. Yeah, but without further ado, thanks for everybody who visited tonight. Thank you, Jack, once again. Hope to do this again next Monday, and I hope it only takes a week this time. Oh, shit, I fucking fell over. But without further ado, anybody who joined us tonight, thank you for coming on by. If you're new, welcome to the channel. If you're returning, welcome back. I was Fred. That's Jack. We'll see you next time on The Glitch Museum.
The Glitch Museum. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Welcome to the Glitch Museum. Where's that fucking song? No, seriously, where's the fucking song?
Step inside the wet shoot halls where sanity stalls. Fred and Jack are here to break all the walls. They're older than your dad's old VHS, dropping bad jokes, causing chaos and mess. Welcome to the Glitch Museum. Don't touch anything. Laugh at the nonsense, the weird, the bizarre, the ding-a-ling. Fred and Jack will make you snort and scream. It's history, mystery. faster than time, but still sarcastically free. Irreverent humor, questionable taste, caffeine-fueled rants that you can't erase. They might insult your favorite game, but you'll laugh so hard you won't feel the shame. Welcome to the Glitch Museum. Don't touch anything. Laugh at the nonsense, the weird, the bizarre, the ding-a-ling. Fred and Jack.
Hey, is the song over?
You snort and scream. It's
Oh, fuck.
history,
Are you serious?
mystery, and